last we left off with the bronze toad. Toad, singular toad, only one toad. We began with a party entering a filled underground arena belonging to the New Republic, and full of the New Republic bickering among themselves. After listening for a minute, it became clear that there was a divide amongst the people in the room. A literal divide, a line drawn in the blood-soaked dirt in the arena. The Queen clearly wanted the New Republic to stay exactly as it was, while Pettifer, your guys' new friend, was leading about half of the people. Yeah, like 6 quotation marks surrounding that word. Was leading about half of the people in the room in a sort of coup to unify the New Republic and start pursuing greater goals together. Doran distracted the Queen, while 6 spoke with Pettifer. More quotations around spoke. It became clear, though, rather quickly, that an agreement was going to be difficult. Both Pettifer and the Queen were reluctant to work with the Cloaked Rangers for a variety of reasons, but the Queen made it clear her biggest concern was that of the Cloaked Rangers being led by Light, the commander. Eventually, intrigued, Bess decided to read the Queen's thoughts, as she was questioned as to why she had such hatred for the commander. And the party developed a few of their own new theories. Maybe they were ex-lovers, blood-related, or something else. Either way, Bess used suggestion to get the Queen to expand upon why she hated the commander, and learned that she was abandoning him as he abandoned her, whatever that meant. As the Queen realized she had been manipulated with magic, she noped out of the room, and with her, her followers slowly filed out. Seeing a chance to speak to his dissenters without the Queen to shut him up or down, really, Pettifer tried to address the people leaving, but 6 quickly took the Queen's place in shutting him down. No. Yeah. 6 just hates all of my NPCs. So, the room cleared, mostly, of half of the people, that is, and 6 demanded a list of demands, or wants, from the New Republic via Pettifer to work with the Cloaked Rangers. And the party was off after demanding this, and being sort of ignored. They had a good meal, Doran made a friend, and a night of merriment was had by some.
Yeah, shit, love making. Sorry, I had a little something in my throat, just like that.
Amongst this merriment, Doran received a visit from the Queen, and she tried to convince him to join her side, with a promise of fun for the both of them. Is possibly erotic? She sent very mixed signals. Doran told her he'd be telling his friends of this, to which she replied with a smile, "Sounds fun." The party discussed these developments in the morning and went back to their list in the arena, or went back to get their list in the arena, only to find a broken and sorrowful Pettifer who had not slept, who 6 somehow convinced to come back with them to the Cloaked Rangers. Somehow, he informed them, Pettifer that is, informed the party of some tunnels they could use to hasten the journey. And discovering they didn't know what he was talking about, he was quickly thrown off. And confused as to how they didn't know about them. But he was thrown off the trail of suspicion by smartly placed comments from the party. The party went with them to a lower level of the tavern, beneath and behind the bar, and Pettifer showed them on a map where they'd be heading. And using a magic mirror to reveal a hidden trapdoor, the party all began descending into the stone floor via the magic trapdoor, and that's where we're going to pick back up as you all climb down a ladder into complete darkness.
Oh, no, those kind of bars.
Thanks.
You spit them hot.
My mic's on fire. Someone help.
Probably fix that. That's not...
It's bad for your lips.
So, you all make your way down into this complete darkness. Pettifer follows behind, and you hear the door, the invisible trapdoor, shut behind you. And you all file into what feels like a damp, dark, probably a cave of some sort, but it's hard to say because it's
moist?
Probably a little moist, maybe. But all you can hear is the breathing of your party members and chittering further within this whatever you're in. And I'll bring you there now. You can't
Can I
see much.
understand
understand the chittering?
Yes, actually, you can. Fucking Beth.
One's like,
do
I
they
forgot
say?
you can do that.
Yep. Fucking hell. I'm gonna take you to secret secrets for like 3 seconds.
Okay.
Mostly, all you're hearing is tick 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 tick.
Okay. Any outliers?
Yeah, actually, every now and then you hear a little voice go egg, and then a bunch of egg, and tick 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 tick.
Egg?
Yeah.
Like EGG.
Yes.
Egg?
Egg. I'm not kidding.
Okay. Okay.
That is what you're hearing.
Cool.
Egg and dig.
Egg!
All right. So what? What
That
the fuck?
stuff's blue.
What?
As if blue is like completely dependent on the carb content.
This is blue as my shirt.
Fucking nice.
Sorry, Holden.
That's okay.
Yeah, my bad.
So you
That
guys,
was
you all
fucking
descend.
hilarious.
Bess stands and listens for a moment, and Pettifer says, "Does anybody have a light?"
Yeah.
I cast light. What should I cast it on? Do I still have my?
Can you cast light on your own eyes?
No?
I
pretty sure I have
I
a
think
shield,
second
right?
edition you could.
Don't I have a
Second
shield?
edition light could be used as a blinding spell as well.
It's still
Yeah,
can.
I have a shield. I'd
Oh,
like
okay.
to cast light onto my shield.
Okay. What's the radius of
And-
that?
20-foot dim or bright light with for 20 feet, and then dim light for another 20 feet.
Okay. So I'm just gonna run it. Let's do this. Square save. Okay. So I now have a radius on my end where I can see your lighting up, and so I will reveal. Yep, that much.
Okay.
So you can
That's
all see
what
you're in a
stop-
small narrow passage now.
I would like to move to here and then cast my own light spell of dancing lights.
And
I
Bess,
can keep them.
you were.
Oh yeah. You'll hear me quietly say, "Dig, egg."
Dig egg.
Dig egg.
I look back and go, what? Okay. And then I just make my little light person appear.
A little light person. Okay.
About 20. I can keep it 120 feet away from my range, as long as they're within 20 feet of each other.
Here's what we're gonna
So
do. What color is your light person?
I am going to make it purple in honor of Holden.
Okay. There's your light person. Oh, it's
And
actually kind of
hysteria.
pink
Color.
because of the mix of the red and the. Anyway, well, it's pink now. Fuck
It'll
you.
work. If
It's
pink,
like a
flare
it's a
up.
fuchsia magenta something. Can you confirm for me that you can move it?
Yep, I move it
Perfect.
to there, and I just stand back and go. I look at Bess and go, mine walks.
Mine will stay with me.
Pettifer says, I suppose that will work.
You want to see it dance? Without waiting for a response, it starts to kind of jiggy a little bit. Cause I don't have
Somebody
any
come
complex.
here.
Is it
four? There's no complex movement. It's four port-sized lights.
so
connected
it's like
together.
it's dancing
just
is mostly
bobbing.
just
It's just bobbing up and down.
yeah. Okay. They're just like ethereal lights. They have no physical.
Nope, they're
Oh.
not physical at all.
Okay. As it starts dancing, you hear a and a giant rat leaps forward and tries to bite into it and gets kind of confused. And you hear a smaller voice, what is there? Who be? Who? Ah! And it sounds like a smaller one is nearby.
I go, I think there's rats.
Hey Blake,
Yes.
I'm posting it to Discord. Is this accurate?
Did that voice sound familiar?
It sounded rat-like.
Yes, Isaac.
We've known very few rats to actually speak common, so even in their more intelligent state, does it sound like any of the ones that we've talked to, or can we tell?
You wouldn't really be able to tell. Most of the rats who speak It sounds similar. You can tell like,
Right.
oh, this is you recognize this as the like, kind of broken rat speak, though you wouldn't recognize
Got it.
any individual voices.
I would like
Uh,
to back a little bit.
Okay.
in the name of the Rat King.
I
Oh,
translate
sorry.
in rat.
I
No.
mean, they're speaking in broken common. Oh, you're translating for him into rat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
Uh,
my light person extend its arms up to the sky as if it's talking. Not knowing what's going on, I just go give a thumb up to Beth.
We seek safe passage through
I-
these tunnels.
Pettifer looks at all you like, what? What?
I turn to him and I go, "We know the Rat King personally."
He looks incredibly confused.
I put my finger up to my mouth and go, shh.
What is your problem? And he just starts walking forward.
There's rats over there.
There,
Did he not hear the giant groaning noise?
that's Biggs and Smalley.
Oh,
Hold on, can I disconnect now? Can I do that? Just can I leave?
He walks around the corner. Biggs, Smalley, these are friends. Not food this time. And then you hear them both start shouting, "Your food, you bring food, you bring food." He says, "Not this time, we're just passing through. Scurry
I knew
along
that.
then."
Bess would say hello in rat to both of them.
Is the response you get.
Hmm.
And in rat, that means
Hmm.
Pettifer just starts casually walking forward toward the giant fucking rat.
I follow suit.
Alistair would tip his hat to him and with telepathy say, "Thank you for letting us pass."
Telepathy, that allows them to respond, yeah?
Yep.
So, what,
yeah.
Are you saying this is the small one or the big one?
Big one, sure.
Big one? Okay, as you pass by the larger one and telepathically communicate with it, it says in your head, "Oh, who does? Oh, are you food? You food, I need eat. Who? What? Hello, Rat's God?"
Oh God, the possibilities. Oh God, the possibilities. Oh, Rat Emissary Part 2.
Jesus. So as these
Oh.
rats step out of the way, mostly, and you guys round the corner, I will reveal.
Can I give a ration to each of them?
You can.
I would say out loud, "It's me. I'm the one talking to you. Here's food."
Okay. You set the rations down, and they both kind of move up and sniff it. And Pettifer looks back. They don't. That's not their normal diet, but I suppose
It's not my pet.
fair enough.
What do you normally feed them? Eggs?
How much do you not know? If you're in such
All
a
of it.
deep mission for the Queen, how do you not know of the tunnels?
Well, since we're double agents, they can't give us that much information. You know,
Am
what
I?
if we were to be found out?
Alistair looks at Darty, goes, "Smart."
Dorn goes, I don't know what I've actually directly been told, let alone what I'm pretending I've been told.
Pettifer,
The Queen,
the Queen.
Queen is a bit of a mystery to all of us. Perhaps you could shed a little bit more light on her character or her behavior for us.
On her
when we
character
were-
and behavior. I think you've
As
seen
we-
all of it.
Okay. So essentially no rhyme nor reason that you see behind the scenes.
I suspect perhaps it's all an act. If she seems insane, people will be afraid of her. But she also seems like it might be an act, so she might be very intelligent. I think it's all just a ploy.
And do you know anything of her history with light?
With light?
The commander
Of the
Of
Cloaked
the-
Rangers?
Cloaked Rangers.
No. Why?
Was he there when we kind of had that little discussion? I mean, he was kind of there, right, while we were talking to the Queen in the chamber.
Yes, but He probably didn't catch all of it. He
Okay.
certainly heard.
I fill him in on some of the details.
Easy
there.
enough. I have no idea what she would have personally against him, other than, his organization trying to kill her. But abandoning her, I don't know what that means. She's
Probably
not.
means she got
perhaps-
abandoned.
I don't think she's old enough to have any relations with him.
Is that another act?
It could be. Perhaps she's altering her appearance. She could be much older than she
We've
seems.
seen her do that.
Right. She could be much older than she seems.
Perhaps light can shed some light on this.
I'm not sure I want to be there for that. Either way. Perhaps the abandoning thing is another ploy all in itself. Maybe she is sowing deceit in areas where we don't even realize there's room for deceit. She's crazy like that. Anyway, don't go that way, he says, pointing to this board with in big red either paint or blood or something, says, "Do not pass."
Okay.
And he says,
Fair enough.
if you haven't been down here before, stay very, very close to me. They will try to eat you.
Is
Who's
that
they?
normally what they eat?
Frankly, it's none of my business.
Okay.
But probably. He continues forward.
Oh,
And
Stop. I would like to peek over the boards that say "Do not enter."
sure, from what you can see, there appears to be just another passage up ahead. If you take a right and move beyond that board, there's something.
What's over here?
Are you asking that to Pettifer?
Yeah.
I don't know, and frankly, I don't care, because apparently it's big.
Fair enough.
I look at 6. I look back at the boards. I go, not my problem. I follow.
Next
Precisely. Stay close. He moves forward, and as you guys kind of pass through next to the rats, you can see them and hear them like sniffing around at you.
Can I sniff back at them?
Yes. Make an animal handling check.
time. Hamano.
That was a big yawn. I'm sorry.
Okay. As you sniff back at them, their attention darts towards you, and they both sniff. They get closer and are like almost touching you, sniffing you all over. And the small one says,
This one not smell like human. No. She smell very rat. She smell like rat. You have rats. You eat rat. Oh, you eat rat. Yes. Oh, that's it. You eat.
Bess is very, very, very offended. He's gonna keep walking.
Where you go? You pretty rat? No, not pretty rat. Not even like you.
and they go back to their post.
Rude.
As you guys continue forward, you do pass through a more narrow passage here that seems to have a lot of rubble blocking the way, sort of. And Pettifer says, "Watch your step. We had a bit of an incident here recently." As he passes through the rubble.
What
Kind of
happened?
incident.
Apparently someone came down here and killed some of the rats. And they blocked off the passage with more rocks. Halted operations for a few days.
Do you know who the offenders are?
Not a clue.
Huh.
Otherwise, they would have been killed by now.
That's a big yikes.
I kick some of the rocks.
You kick them all right.
Sweet.
I note the large spider webs, and remembering some things that have happened in the past, I asked, should we be worried about those?
The webs, no. The rats.
How about the spiders that belong to them?
All dead. Oh, mostly dead. The big ones that could actually cause us any trouble, the rats took care of and ate. Now they mostly feast on the eggs.
Oh, so they do eat eggs.
Eggs, people, whatever we'll give them.
Gross. I don't like that at all.
What's not to like?
The eggs.
Oh.
The spiders.
I haven't tried them myself. I don't think I will. Says continuing forward.
Blake, is the internet still working?
Forward
for
we
you?
go.
Didn't we eat eggs while we were up at the... Never mind.
Really not spider eggs.
It's working for me.
The
Yeah.
fuck? It's so shitty for me right now.
The internet?
Yeah, like I'm barely hearing shit. Now we're better. I'm getting green bars again.
I think I figured out what was doing that. Don't worry.
What were you downloading in the
Well,
background?
my Steam automatically opened and started to update everything I own on this computer.
I hate it when Steam does that shit.
So when you said that, I went and stopped it.
Thank you, much appreciated. Now we're better.
So, as you guys continue moving through the cavern, as you reach this next entrance to the next area, the sound of chittering is joined by the sound of falling rubble and digging.
Expansion? I ask.
More so utility. A safe way underground to get anywhere we need. Eventually.
Makes sense.
How did you convince the rats to do this for you? Did you just offer them food?
Mostly. Well, first the queen pretended to be their god. I believe the story goes, I don't know how true that is, something about being an emissary of the rat god. And then food. It's quite simple, really.
Okay.
We feed them those we deem worthy of death, and they dig.
Seems quite rude to me that you would
Fun.
pretend to be someone's god.
Doran?
Yep.
Isn't that your favorite story?
Haven't you told a couple stories already about that?
Doran's gonna shut his mouth and keep walking, choosing to ignore the allegations being made against him.
these absolutely baseless allegations.
Exactly.
Right. Eventually, I'm just going to show all this to you as you guys go through the passages and follow Pettifer through. You discover several terrifying things. First, actually, I'm going to have you all make survival checks.
Oh. All right.
Just as you asked nicely. Redacted.
Okay.
Oof.
Most of you are quite sure you're in a cavern. That's about it. 6, however, you realize, as you're kind of keeping track of where the rats are, there's one passage that seems to be leading toward the church, another that seems to be leading toward the castle, and another leading toward Shinebright. And the one you're heading in the direction of is leading towards the old Cloaked Rangers headquarters.
Interesting. Okay. Nobody else notices this.
No, you're the only one who can
Alistair
really
doesn't even
place
fucking
that.
know he's in a cave.
Yeah. Alistair's like, I might be dreaming, so I'm just gonna kind of whatever.
Alistair's like, it's kind of dark out tonight, huh?
Man, they're right when they said that you never see a star in Direwood, huh?
All right. I also pretend not to notice. We're gonna go ahead and go to the old Cloaked Rangers camp.
Okay. The only other thing you guys notice, the only other thing of note, is as you're passing through the last sort of altered path from the path leading to that Six Nose to the old Cloaked Ranger's headquarters is this behemoth of a rat that is digging, and it's with its giant claws tearing out entire like 2-foot tracts of rock and dirt as it digs on its own, and it glances back at you each for a moment, and you notice it only has one massive eye in the center of its head.
Rat collapse.
Oh.
You know what I really hate about you saying that just now?
Is that what it's called?
That's what it's called in my notes.
Oof.
I made up a name for it. That's what I called it. I hate you.
It's a rat that's a cyclops. It's a rat clops.
Yeah.
It's definitely an eyeball, not a hunk of hysterium.
Do you want to take a closer look?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna walk up to this giant rat that's growling at all of you?
Why do we call him Jerry?
You
His
certainly
name is
can.
Yeah.
Okay, you walk up to it, and as it steps forward, it takes 2 steps forward towards you. And Pettifer looks back. What are you doing? I said stay close.
Can I tell anything yet?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
All right. Oops, wrong one.
And
There
an animal handling check.
Investigation.
14. Okay.
Animal handling.
A 9. Okay. Okay. With a 14, you can't tell exactly why the eye is the way it is, but you do notice it's not a large chunk of hysterium, but there seem to be purple flecks within the massive eye. Probably hysterium? Or maybe just a product of the dim light and it's just red? Kind of hard to tell. But yes, online lag. As you are taking a closer look, and you're not paying too much attention to keeping the animal at bay, it swipes at you with one of its massive claws. It's only gonna be that's a 15 to hit, which I know does not hit you, you fucking monk. So as it swipes at you, you quickly jump back, and it.
Incredible work, I say, turning back to the group.
As you walk away, you hear a couple more behind you as it steps a bit closer. And then as it turns back around and gets back to work.
Okay. Big fella, I say.
Pettifer is staring at you wide-eyed. What was that? Why did you... Never mind.
I wanted to see its eye.
Did you get a good look? Was it worth it?
Was what worth it?
Seeing the eye?
What did it? But was it worth what? I just looked and.
Never mind. He
Okay.
continues down the path toward the old Cloaked Ranger's
Alright.
headquarters. Is there anything else you guys would like to do or say while you're in the tunnel on your way there? It will be a few hours walk.
I do ask if he knows of more animals like that one that with essentially a mutation other than enlargement. Anything else with only one eye, or anything else with an ear growing out of its back, or is he aware of anything like that?
I haven't been out in the field much lately, but I've heard of all sorts of scary, freaky, mutated creatures.
Like what?
Well, there are rumors that there is a rat dragon somewhere in the city, if you'll believe that.
A rat dragon?
Something along those lines. It's probably just a rat that has some strange winged mutation. I have no idea.
That sounds cool.
I have heard of rats using tools. I have heard of
Yes.
many
We're
tall
trying to get
tales.
them to start a brewery.
Good luck.
Alistair would genuinely laugh at that one.
Perhaps you're familiar with the Retail Brewery. Perhaps that would be a good place to start.
It was.
Okay.
I get it because it has rat in its name. You're a funny guy.
I
It
tried.
had rats in the building too.
Did you teach them how to brew?
Working on it. One of
Good luck.
them's pretty good. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Didn't one of them make a fizzy drink?
Yes, we have a secondary beverage in line as well. So I mean, it's going pretty well.
Wait, are you being serious?
Yes.
Gus would nod.
Who are you people? Why am I with you? What exactly is your plan when we get to the Cloaked Rangers headquarters?
We have some questions for Light, obviously. We'd like to know a little bit more about his relationship with the Queen, if he's willing to give it. Otherwise, we'll find it out on our own. And we'd like to open up a communication pathway here. It's fine. How are you?
Ooh, a communication
What's your
pathway
plan?
with me and my people? The New Republic? What's the... So we're going to walk in, we're going to speak with the commander, and say, hey, here's somebody from the New Republic. Let's work together. Is that the idea?
Is that the way you would like to proceed?
I don't see it working, but I have nothing else. I have no other bargaining chips. I have nothing else to try.
Worst case scenario, we just agree to sacrifice you.
What?
Doran,
I just keep moving.
if he remembers, I have personally assured his safety while we are in town with the Cloaked Rangers, and I would like to reiterate that as we continue to walk.
So we do
Gus
it
is gonna
outside of the
whisper
town.
Sacrifice every couple of steps, very quietly, just loud enough for him and Doran to hear.
Just every once in a while. Sacrifice. Just... Pettifer tries to ignore this, but after about the 10th time, he turns around and he's like, would you stop?
I look at him confused. Stop what?
Oh, God. He keeps moving forward.
I look at Six, I look at Six and point at him and do the little crazy symbol above my head. Just
Bess is walking conspicuously and whistling as she goes now.
Make a deception check.
thought we were supposed to be the nice ones.
As far as all of you are aware, either you don't hear it, or there's a strange disembodied voice whispering sacrifice every now and then.
Six nods his head, nods and smiles and says, these are my days.
So, Pettifer, tell me about your childhood.
No.
I'll
That's
take that as
fucking out the gates question.
I'll take that as a yes.
It was the opposite.
I'll take that as a yes.
Tell you what, why don't you tell me about your childhood?
You first.
He wants to know about his own childhood.
Oh, we should make up a story for him.
You want to write me a backstory?
That's a weird way to put it.
Yeah, I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry.
Let me guess. You were born in a dwarfnage. It's an orphanage for dwarfs.
I'm not a dwarf.
Yes, but you were.
That's why you were an outcast.
Exactly. That's why you're so angry all the time.
I'm not angry.
Did he say that with a little anger in his voice?
Yeah.
I go, example A. So, here you are, the little outcast, left at the doorstep of the dwarfenage. That's an orphanage for dwarfs.
I don't like... Is that what they're actually called?
What would I know?
I've never heard of a dwarfenage.
What would you call them?
An
Have you ever
orphanage
met
for
a dwarf?
dwarfs.
Yeah, but dwarfenage sounds so much cooler.
It does shorten it. Okay, yes. I was born to... go on.
So, here you are, little Pettifer. They called you Petty to make fun of you. Left alone in the dwarfenage. Alistair, would you like to continue the backstory of Pettifer?
No. Not really my thing. Storytelling on the spot.
Fine, I was left alone in this dwarfenage and raised with the dwarves. I learned their ways, and eventually the headmistress, the mother, whoever took care of all of us, became a total... Cassandra! Lady Cassandra was a total bitch, and I ran away after I was tired of being treated like a dwarf, because all of the kids were so...
How old were you when you ran away?
I ran away when I was 12 years old.
That's so young. How did you survive?
I survived by pickpocketing and petty thievery, and
Did you steal potatoes?
many potatoes were stolen and cooked very poorly over a fire. And
Would you say they were burned?
probably burned potatoes. Could have used a cookbook. Eventually, drifting, I made my way to Direwood, where the queen herself took pity upon me. No, that's not like her.
Wait, you're 12?
No, this was, let's say I'm 24. So this
So
was...
he looked 24? Okay. I would like to make an insight check to see if I believe it.
That he's 24? Okay, make an insight check.
Well, he's fine.
Yeah, you have no idea. I mean, looking at him, he could be, I don't know, maybe he's a bit older. He might be 24. But it says, that was 12 years ago. Somebody in the New Republic picked me up and showed me the ways of adventuring in Direwood. And eventually I rose through the ranks and am now one of the most prominent members of the New Republic.
Then why does the queen hate you?
Because she's a bitch.
I don't like that story. We should start again from the beginning.
Son of a... He just keeps walking. He quickens the pace a little.
Thought you were so cool because you were faster than all the dwarfs, on account of his longer legs. And then when he realized he was quite average in the real world, he just got really cranky.
And I've been cranky ever since.
Now he gets it.
Bastard.
Best would high five Doran.
And then immediately flip off Pedophore with a smile on my face so he knows I'm joking.
Pettifer,
Yes.
you can see what I'm working with. I am doing my best.
What exactly are you doing? The
Trying to
Queen
keep
said
people from dying.
you're infiltrating the Cloaked Rangers. I find it hard to believe the Queen would send you on a mission to do so, to try to keep people from dying.
Let's just say those are my goals.
Are you really with the Queen?
Occasionally.
Are you with her?
Zilpha
No,
wants
with
to be.
you.
Wink.
No, with you.
Or Doran wants to be.
I was
Wink.
gonna say, who's Zelfer?
I heavily nod. Go. I would have sex with that person.
One second.
Sure. Why did I say it in his accent? Sure.
Pettifer looks up at this guy. Sure.
He looks at the roof of the cave. Sure. Okay, I will slaughter them.
So Pettifer.
What am I? Who?
He looks up at the sparkle
be-
in his eye and just says,
who be that?
sacrifice.
Who be that? Jason's showing us somebody. Who be that?
I don't know.
Anyway,
Probably just showing us that he's on.
you saying you would have sex with her? He says, I honestly don't know if that's weird or not.
Neither do I, honestly. I'm just being honest with you, honestly.
Honestly? Honestly. Right, but honestly, what are you all doing? What are you here for? What are you doing with the Cloaked Rangers? What are you doing with the Queen? You know my intentions.
To cry a lot until someone makes you feel better about yourself.
To unite the New Republic and start something better.
I thought I was close.
This morning you were. But what are you doing as a group? What are your goals?
In life or right now?
Right now, as a group, what are you doing specifically with the Cloaked Rangers and with the Queen?
I'm new here. So I honestly don't know anyone's connection to the Queen or to you or the New Republic or to rats.
So you're just here.
For now.
Fantastic. What about you, fancy dressed man?
I'm honestly just tagging along. My dad was here. I figured it'd be nice to see him.
So you're both just tagging along.
For the most part. I
No.
have a list of people that I'm looking for, and I might find one on the journey.
I think these two people, pointing at Six and Bess, are some of the most interesting people I've ever met in the world. And I am very happy to help make their goals my goals and succeed in whatever it seems fit. And right now it's getting you to the Cloaked Rangers safely for not a sacrifice.
Really selling that whole not human thing.
Okay, so as you guys continue traversing the cavern passage to the old Cloaked Rangers headquarters, a couple hours in, is there anything else you guys would like to discuss, or are you going to make your way the rest of the way there?
As I was going, I thought I heard you talking about like what our objectives are
Yes.
as a group.
I think we should pick back up on that. Pettifer was asking the group, he was asking, what are your goals as a group? What are you doing? What are you actually doing with the Queen and the Cloaked Rangers? Alistair and Doran kind of just answered, I don't know, we're kind of here and we're tagging along. He looks to you, Bess. So, who's in charge here? Is it, don't tell me it's that one, he says, pointing at Six.
I
Oof.
think we're in charge, I say, pointing to Six and myself.
Perfect. So what is your goal? What are you doing with the Queen? What are you doing with the Cloaked Rangers?
I look at Six.
That's the most best thing that's ever happened.
None of your business. Looks away.
We are trying, in our own way, to
Trying.
ensure that the most good comes out of this situation.
The
Most
very
good for
most
who?
good.
For the most people.
This is very vague. Do you not have any specific goals? Okay,
Yes.
let's start with something
Planning
simpler.
on taking the Northlands to start farming. We've got a section set up for. I lay out some of the stuff that Light was talking about. The multiple points that we are trying to establish to make the situation better for everybody. Food, security, that sort of thing.
And do you describe how your goal was to get the New Republic to be in on this?
Yes.
With the Cloaked Rangers?
Yes.
He allows you to finish. And he's silent for a moment as you guys continue walking. You're not really with the Queen, are you?
Occasionally, as I've said.
No,
We
no,
captured
working
power
for the Queen. Wait, so you... Whose side are you on?
We're not on a side.
I'm on Six's side.
Free agents flitting between sides of a strange pseudo-war. This can
We're
only
doing
end well.
our best, as foolish as it may be, to be on everyone's side. At
That's...
least for the time being.
You're idealists. Right. I should have figured. Good luck.
Is it that obvious?
It is, now that
Pretty
I know
obvious,
a bit
I
more of
think.
the full story.
However, so far we've stopped a couple of wars. We've helped a group reestablish themselves after severe losses. I mean, so far not so bad.
Right. Okay, I suppose I'll have to take your word for it. Word does travel fast about the Bronze Toads and their outings. Last I heard you were in Priest, or at least heading toward Priest. That's where people assumed you were.
Yeah, Priest is flying now.
Right.
We helped with that.
Right.
Mistra, yeah, it was mainly Mistra, the goddess of magic, but
Well, she got mad. We weren't supposed to do that.
true. We worked it all out.
I need to roll something. He just kind of nods. Right. Okay. Makes sense.
Does it?
I mean, it's literally flying. that's true. I know we
Yeah.
say some strange things.
Yeah.
But the city of Priest is about 1,000 feet in the air,
Uh-huh.
or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
I have a photograph. Let me show you. It's right here on my phone.
I don't think he's believing us, Six.
If there were phones, I absolutely imagine Six would have like gotten everyone like, hey guys, floating selfie. Like
Six, I don't think he believes us.
It's okay. He doesn't have to for now.
I ask, not at all whispering, by the way.
Right. Unless there's anything else, you guys continue traveling for about one hour more or so until you start to see a literal light at the end of the tunnel, and it starts to very gradually and slowly incline. And once the incline begins, within about 15 minutes, you come across a wooden hatch with very few streaks of light kind of shining through it. And Pettifer says, I hope you're all ready. Here we go. And he reaches up and pushes it open, and he actually has to like, "Ugh," and you can hear a bunch of like dust and various things probably covering the top of it fall onto the ground. And he waits for it to clear, and then he climbs up.
I follow.
Yep. And you guys find yourselves standing in the middle of the waste, the carnage that was the battles, or that were the battles that took place at the old Rangers headquarters while you were in Priest.
All right.
Just outside of it.
What is Pettifer's reaction to any of this? Does he have one?
He kind of peeks up, starts climbing out, looking around. Where are the gods?
Six shakes his head. This place is no longer secure, as you can probably see. I didn't really think about it while we were traveling, but we can walk from here. We have established new headquarters toward Shinebright Manor.
The old Shinebright Manor. Oh. Okay. Well then, would have been nice to have mentioned before. We do have a tunnel going that way, though I suppose it's not finished. Wouldn't have mattered. Never mind. This is fine.
Why do you have a tunnel going that way?
Well, the directions the tunnels go are up to the Queen, so I imagine she must know about this place. I certainly didn't.
How long do you know has the tunnel been under construction?
Only a few days.
Reasons. She indeed knows. I think we can safely assume that.
Right. I just assume she knows everything, to be honest.
Do you know how?
She's crafty. She can disguise herself. As far as I'm aware, she can become invisible. She has birds in every bush, watching every corner. She has a network.
Talk to birds?
For all I know, she knows how. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Not like there are many in Direwood.
There's one right there. I point straight up.
He looks up. There's nothing.
Doran, that's a plane.
No, it's a satellite.
After he looks up, I look at Alistair and go, he's gullible.
Perhaps you should lead the way from here then, since you know where this is.
We do. We head that way.
Right. You start heading that way, and on the way, the only question he asks is, so what happened at that old headquarters?
At
The old headquarters. You keep saying our. Are you?
I'm pretty sure I said the Cloaked Rangers, didn't I? Or maybe not. I don't know. As I say, we have a number of affiliations. We've stayed with the Cloaked Rangers many times. The location was beset upon by the rat armies of what's the old man's name there? Zimmer. The old mad mage. I believe pretended also to be an emissary of the rat god. Used this to hold sway, power over the rat kingdom. I don't. We'll just say the rats at this point.
Is this another made-up story?
And use them as a weapon. Yes,
No,
all
this
of the
is
rat corpses
entirely
around
real.
us clearly illustrate that none of this happened.
No, it clearly illustrates that the Cloaked Rangers had to defend themselves. Why the rats were attacking them? An old man pretending to be their... Oh god, that's exactly what the queen did. Okay, you know what? This one I might have to believe. Well, these rats are really stupid.
Not all of them.
They don't have to be.
Is that... What's that supposed to mean? They don't have to be. Oh,
Well,
right.
Zimmer,
You want them to work in your
the
brewery.
hysterium to encourage them, their growth, encourage their wild side, I guess you could say. Perhaps the more hedonistic side of their whatever they are.
The rats.
Uh-huh.
Yes, that ratlings. Yeah. In any case, we stopped the invasion here, as you can see. Managed to off Zimmer. Perhaps that you might not believe us on that one, but that's where we are. So this way.
From what I've heard, though the queen probably knows more of the story, from what I've heard of her informants that speak with me, you, or at least members of the Bronze Toads, went into Castle Dire, spent some time there, left, came back with the commander of the Cloaked Rangers, and then left again. That's about all I know. That lines up with what you're telling me, so as much as it sounds like crazy garbledygook, perhaps there's more to it.
I like that word. It's a good word.
Gobbledygook. I learned it in the dwarvenage.
Ah,
It's dwarven descent.
I will ask a dwarf.
I believe sometimes they use it to refer to their genitals.
Oh.
For example,
Handy.
suck my gobbledygook, babe.
Babe.
I'm going to ask once that you never say that phrase again.
I'm really not good at this whole humor thing, am I? I try.
You're working on it, and
I'm
that's
working on
the
it.
important part.
Maybe I should stop. And as you guys continue towards Shine Bright, by about let me think here. You're sped up by going through the underground tunnel. It's about 3 hours. You would be arriving at around, I'm gonna say 7-ish, maybe.
Okay.
But you would be arriving at the at Shine Bright. So, what are you
Before
doing as you
we-
arrive, or just before?
As we approach, before we fully get there, I would definitely like to take Mason aside
We don't have
briefly and
Mason.
say,
Wismus?
Wiz.
Wismus?
Oh yes, sorry, Wismus. My bad. And basically say, I assume we're not gonna, have any more issues with patrol routes and things of that nature.
It's-
They can be dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Great. I've enjoyed our vacation. I say, nodding, and I slap him on the shoulder and
He
and
winces
say,
a little bit.
I'm sure we'll call again on you in the future. You have that great nose of yours.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'll keep using it to sniff out the danger.
Ears.
Ears. Yep. I'll hear the danger miles away. I got it. Won't be breaking my patrol routes anytime soon at all. Especially not to save civilians. Got it.
Keep your tongue inside your own mouth.
What?
I will try. You see him like clench his jaw. Terrified. He's clearly terrified.
Felt like there's no further action required.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. That I can do. Thank you, sir. And he like kind of speed walks ahead.
Before he runs away,
Uh-huh.
I would hold my hand out and say thank you for accompanying us. If you need something, don't bother us.
He like sticks his hand out and he's in the middle of shaking your hand as you say, "Don't bother us." He like stops. Yes, ma'am. Understood.
visibly trying not
Yep,
to laugh
yeah,
while saying
yep.
that to him.
Understood, Lieutenant Colonel. Sir, ma'am, sir, thank you. Got it. This has been absolutely terrifying. Thank you very much.
I salute to dismiss him, even though we don't really have a salute.
No,
aware
not
of.
really. No, and so yeah, then he like speed walks away.
I think our salute should be this. Oh!
Oh, Blake, and actually, Blake, Isaac, Clara, I know what our salute should be. Cloaked Rangers.
No.
Cloaked Rangers.
He did it.
Cloaked Rangers.
That's taken for something else. Hold on.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right.
You
What the
can't.
fuck?
You
Cloaked
can't
Rangers.
have that.
I don't know.
No mixing.
No mixing
mixing.
campaigns. Okay.
No.
Well, I mean,
You
there
gotta
are
throw it back.
there is cooking with
That's
eggs in
the-
Blake's
that's the
campaign
salute.
canonically. So
Yeah, but
Working with
that's a
Blake.
small nod, not a whole. That's not from our campaign. That's from our friend group.
that's fair. Anyway.
Throwing it back has got to be the salute of the Cloaked Rangers.
Throwing it back.
I would love to see Light fucking throw it back.
I wouldn't. So moving on, you guys arrive at Shinebright with with your captive or whatever you want to call him.
He's our friend.
Oh, your friend. Yeah, your friend. Definitely your friend. So I'll put you in Shinebright.
My Pookie.
The
I
only
would,
tokens on the screen right now are you guys, but there are cloaked rangers and civilians and everything as usual.
I would like to sort of make sure that all of these whimsical names.
Pettifer.
Pettifer, thank you. Kind of toward the center of us. Kind of walking in a square around him. Not
Kind
super,
of how I have it set right now. If you look at the bottom of the map.
I wasn't paying attention, but maybe if that looks good.
I kind of figured.
All right. That way nobody's gonna step while we're with them.
Mhm.
And we'll head toward Light's office.
Sure. Okay.
Oh, I meant to minimize the map, and I actually hit the lowest bar, and my map went from 100 to 12%.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa!
Brass.
There's
As you
like
guys,
a big white screen with a little tiny map square. I'm like, okay, sure.
as you guys make your way toward Light's office / Besson, and well, anyway, as you guys make your way to the manor proper, there are a couple of times where as you're passing through, you'll get like a couple of rangers or civilians will say, Colonel or Lieutenant Colonel, or just kind of greeting you with your ranks as you walk through. And every time this happens, Pettifer just looks a little more and more nervous, like what the fuck, this is real, what the fuck.
I try to assuage his concerns.
How so?
It's cool. It's fine.
It's
You're with us.
cool.
Oh, nobody's paying much mind to Pettifer. He doesn't.
Okay.
He's...
But he is looking more nervous, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But you're assuring him. No, it's all good. You're good. You're with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
He just kind of nods, gritting his teeth, smiling. As he's walking through, you see him looking around very carefully at everything. And you guys make your way to the commander's office, and the door's closed. I assume somebody knocks.
I knock.
Sure. There's a knock, and the commander says, "Come in."
We do.
You
Door.
open up the door. Oh, also, another little thing. As you guys are walking through Shinebright proper, Samael greets you. Welcome back, you guys.
I give him a big hug.
He kind of like hugs you back. Glad you made it.
I'm glad you did too.
I didn't go anywhere.
That's okay. Maybe next time.
No, I don't think so. But
I don't know who you are.
I don't know who you are. Well, I actually kind of know who you are because the commander told me, but I'm watching
That's
you.
Doran. His name is Doran.
Mm-hmm.
That Wismus kid with us killed 3 rats. Spread the word, and I just walked past him.
I will. Well done, Wismus. And he kind of like leans back down to whatever he was working on. You guys walk into the commander's headquarters, and Pettifer kind of in the middle of you, or you file in, and the commander leans back in his chair. Welcome back. I see you've brought back another guest.
I was here before.
Oh, really?
would like
He's a
to-
sacrifice?
That is.
Oh, another
Not true.
sacrifice. Good, good. We could use another one. He's been getting very angry lately. Hungry, even. And Pettifer's like, wait. You said that's not.
I'm teasing. I'm teasing. I'm being mean. I'm sorry.
He's like wide-eyed looking around.
I lean forward
Okay.
close and go, he likes his meat not scared, so he keep it down a little bit. It messes with the flavor.
The commander
And,
finally breaks a little bit and just smiles a little. Who's this one?
Commander, I would like to introduce you to Pettifer. A Pettifer, did I have that right? Sorry.
Mhm.
Pettifer. An emissary from the New Republic.
Pettifer like bows slightly. Hello, good to meet you. I hope. And the commander says, an emissary. For what? Well, I am here, sir, to head explodes.
I try to save Pettifer here a little bit. As you are aware, Commander, my initial interest would be to see if there is any way for our groups to work together to move both of our people forward in a way that is beneficial to all. And there is no harm in attempting communication and seeing what something like that might take.
I'm not sure why you had to bring him back here for that, but I presume he's here to negotiate then.
He is here to talk, and talk we will do. We have a couple of questions. The queen, as she is known amongst her circle of the New Republic, seems to have some relation with you that she is hesitant to speak about, but seems to be potentially at the core of some sort of conflict.
He cocks a confused eyebrow. From the orders to kill her, if you'll call that a relationship, I suppose.
She seems to believe that you have abandoned her in some way, specifically you, Commander. I'm not sure if perhaps there's an old relationship or something that you're maybe not remembering. What am I trying to say?
Can I?
He
Read
looks very
mine?
confused. Yeah, that's a wisdom saving throw, right? What?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Don't tell me the DC. Let me just roll for him.
5,000.
What's his modifier? Fuck. I know I have his core stats, so I can get it from that. I'm sorry, Commander.
You're okay.
You should
stat
be.
block. So that is a 19.
Oh man, he passes.
Okay.
Barely.
And I don't think he's able to know you did that either. So you just kind of quietly and try to enter his thoughts, but find yourself his will too strong to be read.
Lame.
He with like a confused, cocked eyebrow. I have never met her personally. I have no idea what that's about.
She does have the ability to disguise herself, change her appearance at will. So it is possible that she could have had interaction with you in the past that you may not be connecting at the moment.
You see him like kind of like take a deep breath and lean back a bit, and his eyes grow a bit wide. Did you ever see the ruler of priests in person while you were there?
I don't believe so.
I do not believe so.
I haven't.
No, that's too far-fetched. No.
What is it?
Please,
You have a kid?
any information you shed some light on this.
He just stared. Do you have a kid?
Do you say that?
Yeah, straight out.
No, I do not have a child. No, that couldn't be. I don't know who she is. I'm sorry.
Wait,
does that
wait,
mean
wait,
she's
you have
on
any
the table
idea?
for me?
The only idea I have
Boy.
is would require the Queen of Thieves to be living here and in Priest, assuming two different identities at the same time, which is quite impossible.
Let's ask someone who knows. Pettifer, my old friend who I've met not that long ago. Would it be
Yes.
possible for her to have two identities and travel between Priest and here semi-frequently?
I don't know of a way for her to travel that far that quickly. She shows up at the
Magic mirrors, tunnels, nothing.
I mean,
I mean,
tunnels,
that would work.
perhaps, but even if you had a tunnel that long, it wouldn't decrease the travel time by much. There's not much danger between here and Priest.
Maybe.
Except for the vampire Jonas, but that's a whole different thing.
I don't know what that means, but
Alistair kind of
She-
looks up and he goes, "You guys know Jonas?
You know Jonas?
He's an old business partner of mine.
He promised to teach me how to play the organ, but he never did.
He's very
also,
good at
he's
the
a
organ.
vampire and tried to murder us.
The murdered part, I kind of believe. The vampire, yeah, that sounds like him. I haven't talked to him in a while.
that sounds like
Um,
him.
Well, it's good to know that
Did you
you're
guys?
friends with him
did you
because I
piss
have
him
a
off?
feeling that side quest isn't complete.
Why
It's a
would
side
we ever
quest.
pick him off?
When I passed by that building, there was a giant fire hole in it.
Yeah, one of the older bronze toads put it there.
Oh, you hit his house?
That sounds like something that would piss a vampire off. Anyone off, actually.
Oh.
I ate this sandwich. It looked into the shape of a fish. Look at that. Bloop.
Six has a sandwich. He's like bloop bloop. bloop.
Jason, you're my favorite.
Thank you.
But Pettifer
Um,
says, anyway, she usually makes some form of appearance in the tavern or in the New Republic grounds somewhere in there at least every other day. I don't see how, unless she has access to some sort of long-range teleporting magic, I don't know how she could pull this off.
She could run
I mean-
really, really fast.
She could run incredibly fast.
See, it's an option on the table, guys.
Not
Is it-
a likely one.
Rule anything out is impossible.
Is it impossible to assume that she might have some sort of high-level magic teleportation spell?
Absolutely
or-
not, but I'm not familiar, and I have no idea where she'd keep it.
Wait, what is your history with the ruler of priests? What does this have to...
The commander, that's personal, and we don't need to discuss it any further.
Did you diddle her?
I am not answering that question, and it is
That's
an
a
order
yes.
not to ask it again.
Can I roll for insight to see if you diddled her?
Go
Roll
ahead,
for
roll for diddle. Yeah.
Roll for diddle!
Wait, can I actually roll?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
No, I meant it. Roll for diddle. All right, to Secret Secrets we go.
Diddles!
As you watch him say that and tell you not, and order you guys not to ask that again, it's you can't tell exactly, you know, if he has or has not diddled her just by his facial expression or anything, but he seems, you know, based on your insight, he's usually quite open to finding any way to solve a problem or to, excuse me, to. He lets you guys take control a lot. He lets you do your work because he knows that you do good work. And shutting you down that hard on something, maybe it's just because you're asking really weird personal questions and it's off topic. Maybe he does have a history with her.
By the way, I do still feel pretty sick.
Okay. If you need to end early or like kind of just bow out and like listen or take it easy, I don't know, whatever you need. Let me know.
Thank you, honey.
Not a real airplane until
So-
a paper airplane.
The commander orders you guys not to answer that question or ask that question again.
Can I phrase it differently?
I would-
If you want to lose any status around here,
Well, I'm freelance.
no, technically.
Doran, I suggest that we take a step back and look into another way of possibly brainstorming and seeing what the stick up the queen's ass is.
Yes, I'm more concerned with what we need to do to work with the people of the New Republic to get farming going, to get infrastructure going, and start taking Direwood back.
Doran's like, I could be the stick up her ass.
And Pettifer speaks up. Well, I don't know that any of the New Republic will be willing to do farming, but half of them...
We not all have to be farmers.
Right.
We can all contribute to a society in which not everyone has to do everything. People can have a gentler life. They can experience more interesting pursuits.
Well, the problem with
Besides,
that is...
if too many people are working in the crops, then all the crops will get trampled.
I would say that's not how farming works, but I have never done it myself. The problem is, about half of the New Republic right now, or maybe less than half, thanks to the efforts of your associates here, would be willing to work with the Cloaked Rangers, at least in proximity of the Cloaked Rangers, for something along those lines, for security, for food. As right now, we are hunting and scavenging for most of our supplies. But at least half of the New Republic would splinter off, and we'd just be feeding them new raiding targets. And the commander leans over a little. So you're telling me you don't speak for all of the New Republic? I do not. What if we brought them here? He looks to the rest of the group. The ones who are willing to work with us.
I think that's an excellent first step. I think that if we're able to bring some over here, and then the others would see the prosperity of life that the others are getting, that might be a good incentive to join, or not
We
even
have two
join, but rather
very
work with us.
different ways of life, but they are not diametrically opposed. We can work together to better ourselves.
I see. Pettifer says, I am hesitant to agree to anything like that. That would be a tough sell. While I believe I have many friends who would be willing to work with or around the Cloaked Rangers, assuming any bounties on their heads were lifted, I don't know that they're willing to give up the way they're living now entirely, and the way they're living now doesn't line up with innocent occupations.
A clean slate, then. Perhaps we could consider all bounties off. I look to light and stay in the interest of future development and cooperation.
He crosses his arms. You realize many of the people in the New Republic have murdered citizens, have murdered Cloaked Rangers, stolen, pillaged, and much worse. I'm not too keen on lifting all bounties, though they're not bounties, there's no prize.
We've all done things we are not proud of to succeed. Perhaps we can put these bits of our reluctant humanity aside to move forward.
That all sounds nice. But I'm worried about how it would actually go. We need people. They need food. Sounds like it should work. But I'm not willing to lift all charges against the people down there. Maybe for those who would be willing to join us to some degree, to help guard the fields, or even to farm, work with us in some way, perhaps they could be pardoned. But those who would seek to just reap the bounty of our hard work would smack their microphone over and over.
Perhaps they would.
Clara.
Yes,
I think that's
No?
Jason, I think.
Is
Is
it?
it me?
I was just watching Discord and I saw Clara light up when it happened.
Oh, I've been seeing Jason light up when it's
Oh.
happening.
Okay, never mind. Maybe it
Oh.
was Jason.
Oh, it's because
Yeah.
I don't have headphones plugged in at the moment.
It's because you're sandwiched, Jason.
Oh, your jaw. Yeah. Okay, it wasn't Clara. I saw Clara light up at the perfect time to make me think it was her.
This time it was not my jaw. I swear.
Oh,
It was my jaw.
it was.
Oh no,
our
I'm saying
jaw.
his sandwich was making the clicking noise.
Oh, clearly. Anyway,
Yeah.
a silence befalls the room. And continues.
Well, I believe we've made great first steps here. Drinks on light.
On me, perhaps, I say. So, let's get a few details put down here. If we are going to return to the New Republic with an offer, I would like to make sure that we are all on the same page as to what that offer is, and that no one's page has a large red F at the top of it. I say, looking at Doran. No.
I give him a thumbs up.
So what are we willing to offer towards peace?
Looking
anyone
directly. Go ahead.
Yes. I was going to offer, perhaps, or start with people that are willing to come and work and be part of Direwood society. Should perhaps look forward to some exoneration of some sort.
The commander speaks up. I would be willing to pardon those who would like to work with us in return for their efforts for at least 1 year to guard our fields and help build the infrastructure while we begin this new process. After that 1 year, they're free to do as they please.
I think that's very fair.
Within our law.
Of course. Law that we should probably all take a look at and make sure that we are all satisfied with. Things have changed a lot recently. Perhaps some of the old laws can be examined, and moving forward we can make things fair for everyone.
Are you suggesting changing the laws of Direwood?
I'm suggesting we look at them and see what no longer applies.
Out of the question.
A good constitution is always made for revision.
And we have a good one. It does not need to be revised.
I just said a good constitution is... Okay, you didn't hear me.
I heard you. I'm saying we have a good one. It does not need to be revised.
When was it last revised? When was it written?
You'll have to forgive me for my lack of history knowledge.
Before or after Big Boom?
Before, of course.
Then it needs to be revised. Good talk.
Commander,
Unfortunately,
our
that's not within
lives-
your say.
Commander, our lives are so much different than before everything happened.
This is not up for debate. If we are going to rebuild Direwood, we need the old laws to guide us.
Why do we need the old laws?
Because without them, we become the New Republic.
That would be throwing out all of the laws, I think.
I'm sorry, you said what?
I think that would be more like throwing out all of the laws.
Precisely. Without them.
Oh, I wasn't suggesting we do that. That would be stupid.
And I have no interest in changing laws right now. We have far greater
clear.
things to worry about.
Something we can come back to then.
If you insist.
Thank you, Commander, for your insight and your willingness to perhaps be the bigger group here and encourage the groups to work together.
I mean, he didn't seem like he was very willing to do these things.
Doran!
Good.
Remember your place, 6. You've done much for us. But that doesn't put you in a position to supersede my authority. Is that understood?
I've never tried.
Good. Let's keep it that way. As for you, Mr. He says, Pettifer, sir. Mr. Pettifer,
Sir.
if you would like, you may go back and inform all of those who are willing to listen that in return for their service for at least 1 year, they will be granted a pardon and may live a normal life once again. And Pettifer says, I'll be honest, I don't know how many people would take that up right now.
That's why we should talk to them.
Also,
I mean,
I
20
know,
minutes ago,
I
we didn't even
understand-
have an offer.
I also understand that we want to get this done as soon as possible and make sure that all citizens of Direwood are safe, but to create a working democracy takes a little bit of time. Not everyone's going to want to be on board right away, and I think we don't need to panic if people don't respond right away.
That's fine. The offer will be up indefinitely.
Thank you.
That is as much as I can give now without knowing further details.
And we wouldn't expect anything more. We appreciate your willingness to work with us.
I appreciate your efforts, but I wish you would have come to me with more of a plan.
We didn't have one.
That's usually how you do things, and I'll be honest, usually it works, so I'll continue trusting you for now.
We'll see. He says ominously. No.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Fabulous. So there is no like tunnel entrance or exit or whatever at Shinebright, so we will still have to return probably. What do we think it would be easier to return via the tunnels or to walk back the way we had before?
Is this, I presume, you bid farewell to the commander and leave the
Indeed.
manor, and you're discussing
And-
with everybody? Yes.
Yes, not to set out immediately or anything, but just to get the idea of how we will progress talked about.
Yeah.
Do we think
It is dark.
honestly,
It is night.
I figured we'd stay the night. We've all had a long walk. I owe Pettifer here a beer.
Not like there's much to go around, but yeah, you can try.
And yeah, I introduce him around to some people that we know. Float the idea of some extended cooperation.
When you're introducing him around, are you introducing him as a member of the New Republic?
No.
How are you introducing him?
It's a good question.
Just, hello, this is Pettifer.
An associate?
Okay. An associate of the Bronze Toads, one of the leaders of the Cloaked Rangers. Sure. Most people you introduce him to, he actually. Okay. He does seem a bit nervous still, but for the most part, he makes a good first impression. He's polite and only makes a couple more horrible attempts at humor, a few awkward half laughs, but most people accept his presence quite easily.
Cool. You can stay with us at the tower this evening, and yeah, and make sure he gets a drink, has an okay evening, gets a little chance to relax a little
At
bit.
the tower?
But I won't make him hang around longer than he wants. If he wants to head to bed a little early, that's totally understandable.
So, at the tower?
Not the tower. This tower. Isn't that where we're sleeping? Or no, that's just our office. Never mind. Wherever we're sleeping. Oh, we were sleeping in Sting's house.
Sting's tower.
Yes, that tower. Okay. Yeah.
Without the tower, you could either sleep on the floor in the Shinebright Manor, or in there are bedrolls in each of these larger tents I will ping now are actually like Cloaked Ranger barracks with bedrolls on the ground.
Man, we should probably stay in the office. That way he won't be as nervous.
Okay. So is there anything else you guys would like to do before we wrap up this night?
Sorry, I had a yawn. as we scuttle down, I kind of look at Alistair. I'm beginning to not like this place as much as the other.
As the New Republic?
They don't seem as willing to modify stuff. They seem a little stuck.
Yeah, they kind of seem stuck in the way of what they're doing, and I don't fully agree with it, but I understand where they're coming from.
I understand it, but it seems like the lack of willingness to want to modify laws to change with the new world doesn't sit well with me.
This is a challenge to overcome. I don't think we'll be able to solve every problem immediately, but I think this is a good step. Bringing in potentially more people that are more open to a democratic society, perhaps is a good step.
I don't think it's a bad step.
I just don't think it's the best step we could have gotten out of all of this.
A step is
That's
a
true.
step is a step.
I think we're gonna have to take what we can get for a little while.
But
In any case, we have moved nowhere but forward since we left this place yesterday morning. And I take that as a good sign.
as do I.
Before the end of the night, Bess would ask that Six attune himself to the Ring of Spell Storing. Let me
Alright.
see if I noted what spells I put on there.
I think you had a fireball, and a fireball. If I
Totally.
recall.
Those are all spells I have.
Yeah.
I'm looking. Sorry.
Okay. Was there anything else you guys wanted to do or say before we wrap up?
Nah.
Okay.
I was gonna pop in and talk to the commander and ask him where Six is. Or not Six, Sting. Or unless we don't want to do that, because
Oh, no,
Alistair
we-
wouldn't have known where he went.
We totally can.
I mean, it's up to you.
Yeah, while Bess is talking to Six about the ring, you pop back in the office. You find the commander again.
Did you send Sting off on his own thing?
No, I gave him a final offer. He cooperates and does things the way we need him to. Or he goes on his separate way. You can imagine which he chose.
Since he is not here, I don't have to imagine.
Fair enough.
Did he get to keep the sword, though? Oh, I'm not there.
Yeah.
Is it meta if I ask that?
I'll allow it.
Did he keep the spear that you gave him?
No, he returned that willingly, given it was payment for his service here.
Can I have it?
Prove to me you deserve it, and certainly.
How would I do that? Because that's a sweet spear.
It is. It is a
Beats the shit off of it.
fantastic relic.
Noted.
I'll keep in mind that you have your eyes on it.
I dibs it.
We'll see.
A dibs a thing? There now. Alright, well, you have a good night, Commander.
Get some sleep. There's still plenty more to do.
Don't tell me how to sleep. But thank you. I will get some sleep.
Right. Bess, do you have the spells?
I don't think I wrote them down.
Okay.
I think
well, then
I
just.
did, but I can't find them.
I don't think you used any spell slots today, so you can load whatever you want into it. Just before he
Cool.
attunes to it, I believe, or after.
Yes. This will just take me a moment.
Yeah. So while Clara is figuring out, Six, I assume you take the ring willingly. You will attune to it.
Good.
Yeah. So starting tomorrow morning, Six, you will have a ring of spell storing with whatever spells Bess puts in it. Clara, you can just send those over to Jason or put them in the Discord, whatever works for you.
Okay.
In the meantime, you all have a regular night of sleep. No strange voices in your head or interruptions to your dreams. You wake the
I'm
next
sleeping
morning.
outside.
Sure.
Sure. Oh, tiny hut is not supposed to do damage. Let me fix that.
26 force damage. You place it like on. Oh wait, You have tiny hut.
I do.
Oh, well, okay, that's where you sleep. Okay. Yeah, I bet you
Yeah, it's
place
what
the
I
tiny hut
replaced,
on someone and it just.
I replaced it from Psionic Blast.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I said you could switch that if you'd like.
So.
Cool. Well, you all have a restful night. I'll wake the next morning relatively early. So what's your next move?
Let's see, because the tent with a yawn, kind of stretching. Fuck, I wish I had coffee.
Great method acting.
Where'd you get that tent?
Oh, that sounds so good.
Or, comes, actually... Okay, now, my brain big small,
Uh-huh.
so ignore me while I look up opaque.
Okay. I will...
Okay.
The tiny hut is opaque and you
You see a
cannot
little
see through
dome,
it.
and he kind of steps out, and the dome vanishes. I'm assuming you'd be like, "What's up with the dome?"
And I
Not-
believe it is also a camouflaged dome. But it's still just like a dome out in the middle of the village.
transparent from the inside, opaque on the outside.
Yeah, so and I
Basically,
Of
I
any
wa-
color I choose. So yeah. You'd see me just step out of thin air and be like,
I
coffee.
go, where the hell did you come from?
Hut. I have a tiny hut.
Did you not offer us? a
You guys
place?
slept inside. I thought
Doran
they
would-
slept inside.
Doran would have just slept out in the open.
Ah. I thought you were sleeping inside. That is my fault. Sorry.
No, I didn't want to intrude on their alone time. And I wink.
They were
Very
far from alone, I
drastic.
assure you.
Well, next time we're both sleeping outside, hit me up.
I will hit you up.
Oh,
I will say also just for fun, there is coffee here. It is very shitty stale coffee, but there's coffee.
Perkins coffee, I got it.
Yeah, they have Perkins coffee here.
But I want Blooming Grounds coffee.
has Six ever had coffee?
You guys have had
Vice
coffee
number
and
2.
breakfast tea like esque things in the New Republic Tavern. I don't know if Six personally has ever.
Okay. Just curious.
Anyway, eventually, Pettifer wakes up as well. He sleeps in a little bit longer. You guys all have your breakfast. Clara, have you chosen the spells?
Yeah, I'm typing them into the Discord now.
Okay, I was just curious as to what they were as well. But
Oh, I chose a 3rd level Cure Wounds and a 2nd level Enhance Ability.
ooh, okay. Cool. So, Jason, you have a ring with those, and you can cast them at will. And I believe they have
Oh.
Bess's D. Well, there's not a DC in there. But I think they have Bess's modifier. So when you cast Cure Wounds, a 3rd level, I think you get 3d8, and you'll get her modifier rather than yours.
Indeed.
That's awesome. Thank you, Bess.
Yeah. So
You're
you have a
welcome.
decent little healing spell
I'm
on you.
typing up a whisper as well here to Bess.
Okay, perfect.
Indeed.
So
Yes, you.
you all
I'm
have
just gonna
your
copy paste the definition of the spell into there because it's a lot to type.
perfect. You all have your shitty morning coffee if you'd like, an okay breakfast, and by about 8 a.m. or so, Pettifer and all of you are ready to move on to whatever is next for you. So, I believe it sounds like, I don't know if you want to talk to Pettifer more or the commander more or anyone else.
I'm sorry, my little brother just fucking Snapchat called me because he's an idiot.
Nice.
He just screamed, "Hey!" And I was like, "I am playing D&D." He goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and then hung up.
Kind of wish we could have heard it.
I muted myself just as he called, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Right. Well, is there anything you guys would like to do before I believe your next move is to go back to the New Republic?
Get shitty coffee.
I think it is.
Would you like
I'm
to
gonna get shitty coffee.
speak with the commander or Pettifer or anyone else once more, or are you gonna kind of get ready to head out right away?
I think the commander's probably heard
I'm
enough of
gonna
us.
go. I'd like to go talk to the commander.
On
Okay.
your own?
Yeah.
That can be done.
Coffee.
Yeah, you will find him as he's stepping into the office in the morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I don't know how you have so much energy, but
It's the coffee.
that stuff is terrible but strong. And you can
Oh,
see
I didn't
he
drink
has
any.
he has like a wooden mug with steam rising out from it in his hand. He takes a sip. Ugh. You didn't even have any. Do you want? He extends it toward you.
No. You need it way more than I do. I just have a quick
What's that supposed to
question for
mean?
you. You look very sleepy tired. It's morning.
Thanks. It is morning. I hate morning. But if I'm not here, I'll have a million people going up to my office looking for me and not finding me, and then I have a long list of problems to get to when I'd eventually wake up. So, I'm sorry, what do you
Well-
need?
I admire your dedication to the job.
That's all I have.
I
Oops.
was going to ask you what specifically you had said you wanted us to come with more of a plan. Is that correct?
Correct.
What specifically do you want us to... How do I phrase this? Shit.
What do you want us to shit?
What shall we shit for you?
What specifically... Are there any specific guidelines that you want us to go over while we're talking with the New Republic again? Is there anything specific that you can give us to go on?
All I have for now, with little to no actual contact other than with that Pettifer fellow who doesn't seem to have much supporting behind him.
Hey, some is better than none.
Some is better than none. Listen, if you could even get a dozen of them to switch over and help, that might be enough. That would be enough to set up a guard post to guard a fair amount of farmland. But right now, all I have for you is the offer of a pardon in return for them helping to guard the fields. They don't need to farm. They can live their lives as they please within our laws. So, all I have, they will receive a pardon in return for working with us, and they must adopt our laws once more. That is all I have. I don't have any concessions. I don't have anything else because I don't know anything about what they want. Other than to steal everything.
If we were able to compile a list of, well, let's not call them demands, but a list of requests from people who would potentially be switching over, would you be willing to take a look at the list of demands and see what compromises can be made if there are any needed to be made at all?
It's possible.
It's possible. Okay. Thank you for your time on this good, bright, early morning.
Yeah.
Does Alistair see the general, captain at all?
The commander?
Yeah.
If you would like to.
Oh, just like from a distance?
No,
At
they're
all?
inside.
Ah, shit. I was just gonna hold up my coffee to him and kind of nod slowly.
We'll
Like,
throw
I
that in there
understand.
somewhere. We'll throw that in there. It's somewhere in the morning that happens. Perhaps you're both getting it at the same time. You just kind of share like a silent nod.
We just look at each other with like bleary eyes and just.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Office talk. Anyway.
Wonderful weather today, huh?
You meet by the cooler. Doran, roll me a deception check as everybody's getting ready to head back to the New Republic.
What a weird thing for me to be lying about.
Okay, as you guys are getting ready to head out, you hear a lot of talk of Wismus going out and really kicking ass with some of the leadership around here with the Bronze Toads. Okay, people are talking about him like he's a real badass. You don't see Wismus anywhere, but he's getting gassed the fuck up.
All right.
Nice.
I mean, he seems like a decent dude.
Like a G would.
Cool.
Right. So, if you guys are just heading back to the New Republic, I'll be honest, I have things set up. There are chances that you will run into encounters every time you travel long distances like this. But every time I've done it, it never happens. Either because you guys roll well enough to avoid, or you roll well enough that it never happens. Given the current circumstances, we're just going to kind of skip that, and I will fast forward to you guys making it to the New Republic. In the meantime, is there anything you would like to discuss, or anything you'd like to do?
No, we kind of discussed that. I mean, I would encourage talk about you know, gathering his allies and his friends, and making. I don't know. I would try to bolster him, show him that we really support this idea, type of thing, and that I want him to get behind it as well.
Okay. Why don't you roll a persuasion check for me? Okay. He listens, but he doesn't say much.
All right. That's all.
Okay. Is there anything else from anyone else, or is that good?
Doran is writing up a small list of laws that he would not like. He goes, no public nudity, stupid law. Stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
Just going, these are stupid laws. Kind of angrily. 'Cause he doesn't seem
You
to
can
like
see what the New Republic is talking about, huh?
I just think that man is a bit of
Unreasonable.
rude. Yes, that too.
Remember when I was talking about the cloaked rangers being unwilling to change their ways? That is precisely what I meant.
Understood. Yes. We'll have to.
wouldn't.
Go ahead.
Nope, you go. You start talking first.
That's a problem we'll have to overcome.
Right. Well then, as you guys make your way, would you like to travel through the city or back to the old headquarters and into the tunnel?
Which
back.
would be faster?
Theoretically, the tunnel would be they'd be about as fast, but the tunnel idea would probably be safer.
Let's take the tunnel.
Okay. The tunnel might be a little faster even.
Tunnel time.
Yeah. You can move through the tunnel much more quickly than you could a destroyed city. So, at around what you would surmise is late afternoon, you guys will arrive back at the New Republic Tavern, entering through the storage room, walking through the invisible trapdoor, and heading up the stairs, exiting behind the bar in the tavern. And as you enter the tavern, it is not packed, but there are a fair amount of people here. And sitting at the bar next to each other are two old friends of yours, the Queen and Durathil, who seem to
I
be.
was wondering what he's been up to.
Is Brimus here?
Brimus is not here, that you can see. But as you guys step through the doors, they both notice, and Durathil immediately, "Good to see you, friends. It has been some time." And
I reach out my arm in that greeting that I have come to know, and I address him as brother.
Mm-hmm. He grabs your arm, like across the bar, grabs your arm. "Good to see you again. Glad you're still out there." And then Pettifer walks through behind all of you, and his eyes and the Queen's eyes lock for a moment. She just sticks her tongue out at him. And he rolls his eyes and starts to walk away from the bar, like kind of behind the bar, and steps over here. Kind of watching you guys to see what you're going to do. Alistair, your father gives you a nod.
I'll nod back at him.
Taking a card from Doran here, I say, I assume you wonder why I've gathered you all here this morning.
Durathil and the Queen kind of look at each other. What?
You heard him. He said but you're wondering why we gathered you here today. Pay attention, man.
Did you have some sneaky plan to bring me here? Very
Hi,
clever.
I'm Doran.
Doran just said that once, and it sounded impressive. So
No, the bartender is like looking at you guys kind of back in his space, and he kind of like just trying to wave you off with his hands.
all right. Well, funny meeting you all here today.
And the Queen speaks up. "Do you want something, or are you just here to annoy me some more?"
Yes.
To both.
What is everybody drinking?
There is something hot in tankards in front of Durathil and the Queen.
All right. Yeah. What is it? Four of those.
The the bartender shrugs, starts pouring something out of a kettle, sets it on the bar, and motions for 8 copper.
Sweet. I can hand him a silver.
He
I look
nods.
I look at the queen and go, "What if I got beer, had it heated up like that? That'd be disgusting, right?"
Beer?
Alistair kind of goes, ugh.
Hot beer? I mean, I guess when you make it, it's
steaming
hot,
hot beer.
like it's or no, no, I don't like that. No, that's disgusting.
Bartender, I would like you to heat me up 1 beer.
He just shakes his head.
I prefer cold filtering.
I will give you a gold for you to boil a beer and have me drink it.
He purses his lips.
You
nods.
don't lose anything in this
Telepathically,
situation.
I look at my father and I go, "Do it, please."
He says telepathically back in your head, "I hate this, but a gold's a gold." And you see him
I wanna
walk
watch
back
him
into
do
the
it.
kitchen.
I want to watch him do it.
You're gonna head into the kitchen with him?
Sure.
Okay.
Or no, I was saying telepathically. I want to watch Doran.
Drink it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And your father says back in your head, "I don't think I want to, but a gold's a gold."
Give him a gold.
Okay, he takes it and he goes back and he's in the kitchen. So, do the rest of you leave from behind the bar?
Yes.
Pettifer is over
We
here,
come
kind of like
around the other
leaning on
side.
the wall, arms crossed.
I would like to have a conversation with Druthil. Maybe one-on-one.
Do you say that, or you just kind of?
Yeah, I would approach him and ask for a word alone.
Not with all of your friends this time.
Yeah, maybe just you and me.
Very well.
That's what alone means.
He gets up, and he politely bows to the queen. "I shall return." And starts walking up the stairs.
Okay, I follow along.
Mhm.
I assume we find a room or something there.
Yeah, he just with no hesitation, he just walks up to one of the rooms and just opens the door and steps in.
All right. I would like to gauge what he thinks about cooperation between the Cloaked Rangers and the New Republic. But I would like to essentially start off with, try to do it diplomatically, not just sort of drop it on him. Just kind of a, there's a lot of shit going around. I think several, all of the sides have lost numbers at this point. Does he see any benefit in a potential partnership or cooperation with either the Cloaked Rangers or the hysterium cult? Just kind of broaden up that way. If there are some of these other groups, if we should consider cooperation with some of them.
Cooperation, of course, would be beneficial, but good luck. I've been
hearing
around.
a lot lately.
I've been around quite a bit. I know a fair amount about all of these things. The church, I'm quite certain, would not want to work with the New Republic to any degree. The New Republic will not want to work with the Cloaked Rangers, and the Cloaked Rangers will not want to work with the church. If you
But
can make it
you-
happen, that would be fantastic. I am on board.
I understand. Thank you. I would like to make it clear that I was seeking his counsel, not just like trying to like float an idea or something about you should said, but I was actually consulting with him as a brother. In
Okay.
A way.
Okay.
It's a relationship that Six doesn't really have and know how to explore. So
Okay. The idea is a good one. And if there is any way I can support you in this, I am with you, brother. But I think your best bet, if you really want to make something happen, would be to eradicate one of these factions. I'll be honest. The only way I see this for sure working is if one of the three does not exist.
Okay, that's valuable insight. I appreciate that.
Also, before you go, the church. It creeps me the fuck out. I think
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
something
yeah,
sinister happening there, and I suggest you keep your distance.
Well, that's not really my way.
Of course not.
Thank you for your, for your warning.
If you ever need help, I'm always for hire. And for you, maybe a discount.
And right back at you. I might not charge nearly as much. Alrighty. I take my leave at that point. Head back downstairs with my group. What's my group doing
Yeah,
downstairs?
while he's speaking with Durafil upstairs on his own, what are you guys doing?
Staring with fear at the tankard of hot alcohol in front of me.
Oh yeah, it's placed in front of you within like a minute or so, or a couple minutes.
It's steaming.
Oh yeah, steaming beer.
How does it
Does it smell bad?
It's
Oh God.
now here's the
Alistair's
thing.
looking with a horrified look on his
This
face.
is pure speculation because I don't actually know what this would be like. But I imagine it would smell like beer, but more
Hot.
like more.
Apple cider.
I don't know how to describe what I'm thinking. Like more like the base components of beer, you know?
Oh.
Like if it was a hoppy beer, it would smell extra hoppy, you know? I don't know. You could Google it if you want.
What does hot beer smell like?
That's
I did search that, and it basically everything I've seen is everything I just quickly read was it's not gonna be bad for me. It's not gonna kill me. It's just gonna taste like ass.
yeah. It probably smells like beer. Yeah.
It smells more like vinegar. I'm gonna imagine a little bit worse.
This one, sure.
I look at Alistair and go, well, bottoms up, and I just down the tankard.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
I will.
You guys watch Dora and go, well, bottoms up. And he just starts chugging it. He sets it down. He's like, ah. You hold it back, and it's like you
how
want to
is
vomit.
it?
You can feel it coming back up. Everything in your body is saying, expel this now. But you're able to hold it back if you'd like.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna vomit.
Yeah, but it is like bad. You know when somebody like tries to talk through a burp and it's really gross. It's like that.
Oh, I don't like that one at all.
That's what's happening. It's bad. It's real bad.
I
Is this your hot
Look-
beer escapade?
I look at Alistair and go, I would definitely order that again. And I stand up and I
Do I
kinda-
see he's obviously trying not to vomit?
I'm gonna be honest. I'd have you roll for it, but you'd have to get in that one not to notice. Yeah, you see it.
I look at him and I kind of nod and I go, okay.
No, okay.
I wonder what other alcohols I can get steaming hot.
the
I don't
barkeep just
think I
shakes
want
his
to know.
head.
Well, I have to now know which one's gonna be the worst. Beer tops the list.
The queen has
about
been sitting
right.
silently this entire time.
I look at the barkeep.
Mhm.
How much would it cost me to order a hot beer and send it to someone else's table?
He shakes
they-
his head.
It's like ordering milk with ice.
So,
Oh, you're a devil.
God.
I just point in the corner at this guy. Go, I would like to give you 3 gold to give him a tankard of hot beer and not tell him who sent it his way. What say you? He shakes his head. How about you, Queen? Would you like a hot beer?
I'd like for you to leave. Unless you want to get
Now
your hands
having
dirty.
Fun.
Unless you want to get your hands what?
Your hands dirty.
Oh.
With what?
Blood, most likely.
Why?
Well, it's about to get bloody.
What is?
Pettifer, she snaps her fingers. And I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Oh.
She's angry. Why is she so angry?
Which one's better for, by the way?
The guy up against the wall here.
Okay.
Ah, yes,
no,
an
what?
8.
What happened?
What in initiative?
But why did my initiative not roll? Did I not touch my guy?
Ooh, I touch my guy quite frequently.
I touch my
No, you don't.
guy.
You're right.
Where is he?
But you gotta keep calling me out like this, dude.
Because I want to make sure you're staying honest to yourself.
Aww.
Initiative. There we go. Oh, great.
Okay, there's that
Whoa. Why did they cast animal hoarding?
one.
Okay, well, 5.
And then...
Wait. No, I can't have a 5 initiative.
It probably didn't add your modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it not add my modifier?
No, I don't think it does it for anybody.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
And roll for you.
Oh. 12,
NGL.
please. Or no, 10. Just 10.
And for you. Sorry, I'll go through and add your guys' stuff in just a moment.
Hi, princess.
Hi.
I was talking to my cat.
Oh.
Incorrect.
She
Which
snuggled
one?
Oreo.
Which one talks?
I'm concerned for your question.
Bean meows a lot.
Oh, Chris told me one of them talked.
Damn. Okay.
Bean called me a bitch.
She wouldn't be lying.
Nice.
I know.
You are a bitch.
Hey, man.
So,
Can you stop spouting truth?
My
let me
bitch.
go through and make sure everybody has their modifiers. Doran, what's your modifier?
Plus
Plus what?
1
Okay.
is less than 2.
You guys, his best. What's yours?
+4.
Okay. And Alistair.
1, baby.
Oh yeah. And 6.
5.
Alrighty. Let me reorder things here. Actually, only kind of slightly. Bop, bop. Bop. That looks correct. Okay. Then,
Correct.
as the queen snaps her fingers, several men immediately stand up and point their weapons at Pettifer. These men being, I will mark them, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And the queen immediately stands up.
And the queen is this lady.
Oh, I need to roll her.
No, wait,
initiative.
where's the
Ooh, okay. Sorry, I'm
Where's
adding the
the queen?
queen to initiative now. She
Where's
is
the queen?
she is the one sitting at the bar here.
Oh.
Okay. But you see her immediately stand up, and immediately, Doran, you're the first to act. You've seen this shit before. You've seen an ambush before. You spring into action. What are you gonna do?
Okay, so I'm gonna cast slow, which is a 40-foot cube, which means I can get everyone.
Slow is a 40-foot cube.
Oh yeah, it is. I get to pick 6 creatures in it of my choice, which you can guess are gonna be a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5.
Oh, that
And
one. Okay,
this-
okay, okay,
and
okay.
this guy.
Yeah.
And this guy, just because fuck that guy.
Just that guy, because why not?
He's in my queue, but I get to pick 6.
Okay, okay.
Wow, I like it.
Yeah.
By the way, that's what I replaced Sonic Blast with.
Ah. Let me just do something. Changing music. Okay. So I have a few wisdom saves to make, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for these two guys, that's a nat 3. They are slowed. For the one next to him, next to them rather, that is a 17. Your
Damn.
DC is 16. Okay. For the big heavy armored guy over here, that is a nat 20, so he's not slowed.
Damn.
For the queen, I said you said you were hitting her as well.
Yep.
That is a 15. You got the queen. And for the random dude, that's a natural 16. So whether he has that modifier or not, he's fine. I don't have a stat for the random dude.
So the people who are slowed have a -2 to AC and Dex saving throws. No reactions. Can either use action or bonus action. It can only make 1 attack or range attack every turn.
Okay. He made it. He made it. Okay, so you got these two guys and the queen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and for the queen, if she attempts to make a spell with a casting time of 1 action, roll a d20. On 11, it doesn't work. Or higher, it doesn't work.
11 or higher doesn't work.
Correct.
Interesting.
Until the next turn.
Okay.
Until the
fires
next turn.
something.
It
Yeah.
would take 2 turns to use the action.
Okay. Having been through this sort of bullshit before, as soon as the queen mentions that blood is about to be spilled and snaps her fingers, several people get up, including herself. Pettifer looks frantic. I should actually probably roll initiative for him as well. But Doran immediately snaps into action. Wow, these dice suck. It actually doesn't matter because he's only getting a 3 anyway, so he's at the bottom anyway. Doran immediately snaps into action and there's a bass sound as the room is slowed down and several people start moving more sluggishly. The queen is up next.
I
Now,
would like to go.
Oh, you have more?
I would like to jump over and go that way.
yeah, absolutely.
Just kind of scrambling, like frantically
Yeah.
going. I'm way too close to this.
Yeah, you have this badass moment of just like slowing the room, and you're like, no.
As everyone is focused on my badass slow, anyone who looks at me, I'm scrambling and like knocking tankards off the bar as I don't even land on my feet. I land on my ass, get back up, and
You're
run
like
to
a
the
cat
corner.
that botched a landing and is just running away.
Cat with a zucchini.
Like
Oh my God.
obviously Doran does not want to be that close to people, but he goes, I'm helping. Fuck. Oh, hi Oreo.
So, okay, minus 2
You're so
penalty AC, dexterity
pretty.
saving, can't use reactions. On its turn, it can use either an action or bonus action. The creature attempts to cast a spell with a casting time of 1 action, roll a d20. So the queen, who was immediately had a spell prepared, is going to have to roll a d20. And if it's an 11 or higher, it fails.
It doesn't fail. It just takes another turn to use.
Oh.
Just use 2 turns to cast the spell.
Does it waste the spell slot as well?
If she can't use her second action, then it would waste the spell slot.
Well, okay. We'll
So-
see what the d20 says.
Yeah. So if she got stunned or anything that would stop her second action, it would waste the spell.
She rolled a 7. So...
She succeeds.
So she succeeds, and you see the queen immediately start to do that strange shimmering vanishing that she likes to do.
Counterspell.
Okay. Counterspell. I need you to roll me your let's see. So it is your spell casting. What's your spell casting? Charisma.
Charisma.
Yeah. So you need to make a charisma check.
So it'd be a d20 plus my charisma modifier.
Yes, sir. So an
So-
unskilled charisma.
Yeah. Come on, baby.
That is not enough.
I was gonna say there's no way that's enough.
Yeah, because if it has to be a 13 or higher if I make you roll for it. So what happens is she starts to vanish into thin air, and then you guys see Doran reach out his hand, and like a strange ethereal beam of energy links between him and the queen, and you see her eyes dart over at him, look angrily, and they have this like intense like stare concentration off, and she seems to be struggling, and then she's gone.
Then you're, oh fuck.
That was almost that was really good. Holy shit. Gave the queen a fucking run for her money.
Those are 2 level 3 spell slots out the window.
Oh.
and it's only been 2 people's moves.
Yeah, but I have to commend you. That would have been real badass. If either of those rolls had gone differently, that would have been real badass.
In compared to me falling off the fucking bar.
Now, it is these 2 mercs' turns. He's going to 5, 10, 15, 20. And 5, 10, 15. They're going to immediately surround him. And one of them is going to start striking at him. Or they're both striking at Pettifer with scimitars. No way. Oh. I need to switch fucking die. So you guys watch it like in a cartoon fashion as these 2 big brutes of mercenaries get up, dual-wielding scimitars, walk over to, or like rush over to Pettifer, who's kind of just leaned up against the wall, and start jabbing at him with their swords, and he's just and like diving all over the place and somehow managing to escape the blows. He didn't take a single hit.
Both them and the queen at the end of their turns have to make a wisdom saving throw to end the spell, just so you know, for slow.
Oh yeah, those 2 are slowed. Well, good thing they missed because both of them actually. So he's not dodging that much. The only reason he's able to dodge is because they're like, ugh, and they're both only able to get 1 swing out at a time. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep reminding me of that, please.
Yeah.
That'll,
So
okay.
have the queen and them roll another wisdom saving throw to end the effect.
Oh, on their turn.
Yeah, at the end of their turn.
Okay, it is the end of these guys' turn, so I'll
Yeah.
have them roll. It's a 14. They are still slowed.
Okay, and the queen, because I don't think you had her roll at the end of her turn.
I did not actually. She is still slowed technically as well.
Okay. Yeah, I know that one. I always forget that we have to make sure.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of components to the spell. Please keep me up on them. Bess, it is your turn. The scene has suddenly turned chaotic.
Not in the sexy way.
I think I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast Banishment at our friend Pettifer to get him out of harm's way. And I'm going to yell, "Don't worry, Pettifer!"
That is a very unique use of the spell. Okay.
Let's just hope he's not from the Abyss plane.
Creativity across the board already. Okay, yeah. So he has to make a wisdom save?
Charisma.
Or charisma, okay. I don't think... I guess he technically could... No, he wouldn't. I'll have him make the charisma save.
Yeah, it should be DC 16.
He rolled a natural 19.
Okay.
So you go to cast a spell, and he's like, and he like closes his eyes and struggles, and his form kind of wavers, and he goes, should I have let that happen?
Yes.
Ah! Now, if you want to do it again, next time I will allow him to, fail,
Cool.
intentionally.
I guess I will stand up on the counter, pull out my daggers, and move to be right there on the counter.
Okay.
And I want to look very menacingly at the guys who
They're
are
not.
attacking our friend.
They are not looking at you at the moment, but make an intimidation check just for fun.
I'm gonna yell.
Okay, make an intimidation check.
Whoa. Sorry. That was my fault.
6 across the field. Okay,
Bess-
Bess pulls out her daggers and jumps up on top of the barn and goes, "Ah!" at the 2 guys, and one of them glances over and they just keep doing their job. But the entire bar is now very aware of what's happening. 6, it is your turn. You hear Bess screaming below.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Oh, I got 50 now. All right. So I dash it over here and leap over the edge, which should put me roughly here-ish.
That will put you, let me see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 10, 15, 20, 25. That will put you about, I think, oh, whoop, grab the wrong one. That should put you about here? Or here? I think that'll put you here.
Okay.
And that is a 10-foot drop, but because you're a fucking monk, it doesn't matter. You just land on the ground.
Correct.
Superhero landing. Superhero landing.
Does he do a superhero landing?
Yeah.
You do a
does like
superhero
that.
landing. It's pretty cool. But because he's a monk and he's all dexterous, he does a superhero landing and like for just a split second, and then like rolls forward and he's back up on his feet. Fucking karate movie.
That's my last 5, and in a very strange and sort of awkward way, 6 throws one punch simultaneously at each of 2 people.
That would be so good. Roll the
Double fisting.
He's double fisting in the tavern.
And
Hey,
to
that's
that
the name
guy.
of a porn movie.
Oh god.
Double
Double fisting
fisting
in the tavern. My favorite D&D porn.
I'd
Double
watch it.
fisting.
I'd watch it. 18 and a 17, I believe those will both hit. So
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
they're the
'cause
same
ACs are
damage.
ACs are even lower too.
Yeah, those will.
Or
Yeah,
one of them is.
Hundo P
One of
hit.
theirs is.
Okay, so
I just picked.
yeah.
I just picture when he punches the guy who's slowed, the punch hits him and his face is in slow motion too. The spit just slowly flying out of his mouth as it crushes.
Yeah, so he superhero lands for just a split second, rolls forward, and then as he completes his roll, jumps up and bah, 2 people in the face, and they both and fall back a bit. Yeah, exactly. Slow motion. Perfect.
That's me. I'm
Alistair,
Uh,
after you see this amazing feat, what do you do?
Hold on, my character token's super fucked up.
What do you mean?
I can control this entire area.
What?
Like, my character's hitbox is that square. To move him.
Really?
It's really weird.
Let me see if I can fix that real quick. That's odd. Let
Is
me
it the
do
whole
this.
like when you're moving him? Is it that big?
No, it's just on his end. That's so weird.
And he's
Yeah,
not moving
he's
in
moving the same
tangent
thing.
with the square.
Hold on, let me see if I can't fix this quick. Let me do this.
What
How about
the
now?
fuck? No, that might have made it bigger.
What? Are you kidding?
Here, let me take a Snapchat of it real quick and send it to
Oh,
you.
6
I'm-
has 3. What? Yeah, 6 is.
Is Roll Chuddy
3
being
and
weird?
then 3 halves.
What the fuck?
I mean,
3 by
Doran,
1.5. 3 by 1.5.
I wasn't gonna
What?
say anything, but Doran's is a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Weird.
But I'll send a
That's-
picture too. Mine is just slightly bigger than the square.
That's
so
so
it wasn't-
weird.
It wasn't an issue for me.
Okay.
Holy,
Well, I think you guys should still be able to. Yeah. Let me look at
Yeah. He just doesn't move where you want him to.
What the
That's crazy.
fuck? That is really funny. I don't know why that is. That's weird. I'll see if I can fix it later, but I have no idea what that's about. Because on my end, all your guys' token and everything looks fine. That's really weird. Okay, moving on. Alistair, it is your turn. What would you like to do
What I am going to do.
with your massive 20-foot long body?
He just reaches out a fist and is like,
Punches everybody at once.
it does explain though for 6 why he's in the middle of a line on the map.
That's
Yeah,
so weird.
that's kind of.
Because when I move shit, it places everything perfectly fine.
Oh, I'm down
It's
to
all
the
your
1
fault.
square again.
Oh,
Oh.
do I just have to move you?
Move me back
I
up
guess.
before. Yep, that's perfect. Mine's perfect.
What? Alistair, how about for you now?
let me get back in the. Oh yeah, I'm fine.
What? So, okay, I just had to move your... That's so weird.
What the fuck?
That is very odd. Anyway,
Tony's like, I pulled a little sneaky on you.
you pulled a little sneaky, but sneaky that only the DM couldn't see. What the fuck? I hate that. Alistair, what are you doing, man?
I'm going to. Vicious mock at the one who missed.
Okay.
And go, wow, you call that a fucking hit?
All right. Is that a saving throw?
Yes.
DC 16 Wisdom, and that's the one who whiffed. Well, both of them
Yes.
whiffed, but...
You picked them. I don't care.
Okay, that's a 13. So you see, like, just a little bit of like watery blood come out of one ear. And she's like,
New Republic, and you guys fight like this. Ow, my brain.
You big hurted his emotions to the point that he is
I
now nearly
You're
bloodied.
bleeded. Nice.
Oh.
And then I'm going
Is
to
he
move to
crying?
sit down on the bar stool. And just kind of sit back and look at my dad and just shake my head.
Bess, you might see one tear beginning to form. Now this guy gets up. He is not slowed. He is in heavy armor, wearing also with a shield, and he has a large hammer in one hand. And he steps forward to you, Six, and he moves to swing it twice at you.
Okay.
The first one being a nat 4, that's not gonna fucking hit.
He hits his friend instead.
Oh
That's
no,
crazy.
he has advantage. You are flanked.
Ah.
No, he does not. I get rid of it.
He no longer has advantage on that, so that 4 is still in that 4. The next one. So can you only do that once per turn?
I can do it once per
Give
turn.
me.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
can't.
cannot.
I can't do
Is
He
it a
has
reaction?
He has an advantage. I have no reaction.
Yeah, it was
You're
a
right.
reaction. Okay, I was like, can you? Okay, so
That's what I was checking to see if it was a reaction or just a class.
his second swing then with advantage would be a dirty 20.
That hits.
I think that like is your AC, you fucking monk
Yeah,
bastard.
it is.
Okay, so that's gonna hit. We'll see if the second one hits.
So
That one's
yeah,
good.
the first one hits his friend, right?
No, because I rolled 2 because he had advantage. So the first one's a dirty 20. The first roll was a nat 4. He had advantage. The second roll was a dirty 20. So no, it doesn't. And the second swing with advantage is a 26.
Okay.
Okay.
Those hit.
Finally, I'm hitting 6. About fucking time. I mean, I'm not doing the whole DM versus player thing. That's stupid.
You're lucky I can't stop him.
So he comes up as you're doing this badass move, and he comes up behind you and just wails into your side with a big heavy hammer, and you're going to take 18 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's oof. He raises his shield. That's his turn. Now this guy who just got fucking punched is going to back away. If you can take an opportunity attack if you'd like, Six.
I will.
Okay,
I'll go ahead and smack him one.
go ahead and smack him.
And I'll just use the fist on that one.
Fist him.
Okay, as he starts to back away, you quickly, like, you get hit in the side. You see the other guy starts to back away. So just with like a quick not even looking, poof, you smack him, or you punch him from behind, for 10 bludgeon. Holy shit! And he gets knocked back, and he continues to kind of reel back and move back here. And from here, let's see, he's going to move to here. And let's see. Let me just check this spell. I need 6 and like here. I'm sorry. I'm trying to see. Yeah, I need 6 and best to make dexterity saving throws.
Dex savers.
Welcome back, Oreo. 6 poop.
6 poop. Okay.
Anyway.
Well, as a lightning bolt streaks across the tavern towards you guys, Pettifer does not succeed. You guys will only be taking half damage then, I believe.
Shit.
Damn, I
Oh,
am
petty
short.
code.
1d6, that's okay. So 6, 12, 17, 18, 22, 7, 28. So 6 in Bessie will only, you're going to take 14 lightning damage as you barely dodge out of the way of this lightning bolt, but the immediate blast area around it hits you with an impact on the side. Pettifer did not succeed, so he's going to take full damage, and he slumps over to the ground a little bit. Not knocked unconscious, but he is not looking good.
Okay. And that lightning bolt came from that dude, right?
Yeah, it came from this dude who you punched in the fucking face. He maneuvered
Copy.
around and then lightning bolted you and Bess and Pettifer. And actually, he would have hit one of those guys as well, one of his allies, so he's going to make a
good.
dex save, and he fails. And this guy succumbs and collapses to the ground.
Nerd.
Probably not dead, but very unconscious.
With friends like these.
It is now Pettifer's turn. He is panicking, and he's going to try to grapple this guy and maneuver him around so he can use him as cover to get next to Bess. Let's see, so they're going to make contesting throws. Pettifer rolls 14. The other guy rolls a natural 15. So you see Pettifer start to grab onto this one I'm pinging here and try to like maneuver him around. But the other guy just throws his hands to the ground and almost knocks Pettifer to the ground as well. And Pettifer's like, help! Help! Doran, it is your turn.
Okay, so this guy has a heavy suit of armor, right?
Very.
and
Oh,
this
no.
guy's holding a weaponry.
Oh god, yeah.
I'm going to use 3 sorcery points to twin my spell, Keep Metal,
Okay.
to both of those fuckers.
I thought you were gonna say magnetize.
Clink.
Bro,
low
get
damage.
off me, bro.
Some low damage, but I want to see that guy take off his armor.
And it's okay. Well, it's a heavy suit of armor, so you would probably imagine that would take him a minute. So they're gonna both take 6 fire damage. Wielding the damage, the creature must succeed on a con save or drop the object. Okay. So first let me do that damage. He's gonna be down to that, and he's gonna be down to this. And they will both make con saves to continue wielding their weapons. The heavy armor guy. Let's see, what's your DC?
16.
16. He will succeed barely. The other guy that Pettifer was trying to grab fails miserably and drops his scimitar and going, "What the fuck?" Guy in
So
heavy
the other
armor,
guy-
just like
burning.
steaming. He's just burning. You can hear him go, "Arrgh!" and he holds on to his hammer, and he's gonna keep going.
Okay, and then I'm just making sure.
Do I got like a little flame icon I can put on him? Because he's gonna keep taking damage from that, I believe.
If I use my bonus action every turn, which I
We'll
plan
do this
on.
one. Okay.
So, using another 2 sorcery points, I'm going to cast Infestation.
Jesus fucking sorcerers. Okay.
On this boy. Oh,
You can do that?
I can make it into a bonus action.
You can use that, like, but you can use sorcery points to do 2 things. And
When I've been looking at it, that's what I was looking at. It says, that's what you get 2 of the following. You can use one. You can only use one meta option on a spell when you cast it.
oh yeah, if
It
you have the
says
sorcery
nothing
points, I
about-
suppose you could do it then. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So I summon this cloud of fleas and mites against this guy. He has to make a con saving throw.
Okay. Against which one again?
This boy.
Okay. And he makes a saving throw. That is going to be. You said it was con.
Yeah.
That is a 19.
Damn it. He's fine. No damage.
No damage. Okay.
It's a cantrip.
Oh. Okay.
Because if he had failed, he would have ran away, and I was hoping he'd run away from 6 and get punched in the jaw.
That would be 6 just does another no look fucking elbow to the face. Okay.
That'll be my turn then.
Okay. Give me one moment. It is the queen's turn.
I'm sitting there like hiding in the corner. I
She's
cower
gonna
more
make her
into the
wisdom
corner.
save.
How did I get back over there? I should be in
Doran,
the
you
corner.
feel your magic diminish as the queen makes her save.
At the end of her turn?
Yep.
Okay.
And then it is these mercs' turns. This guy needs to make a death saving throw. That is 1 fail for this one. Can I mark that? There's no way to track that this way. So I will do it like this. There's 1 red dot for 1 failed save. The other guy is going to... I guess he's going to try to fucking punch Pettifer, I guess. With a...
Don't, man.
He is still slowed, so... Let's see. Slow, does that
Don't,
affect it? He can
man.
only attack once.
Correct.
But that is still
his
a
dex is
14, which his dex is down. His is strength.
Oh, okay.
Most people's are strength, you fucking monk
yeah.
asshole.
14.
Monk hole.
Yeah. 14, which is Pettifer's AC, so he's going to get 1 punch off for set damage. And Pettifer looks like he's about to collapse. At the end of his turn, he's also going to make the wisdom save for your spell to be unslowed, and with a natural 17, he is no longer
He's good.
slowed. Okay, Bess, it's your turn. You just watch this guy fucking drop his sword, scream, and then punch Pettifer in the face.
I would like to cast Banishment again on Pettifer, please.
Okay.
Spanish mint.
I will allow him with 3 HP to intentionally fail the save,
Okay.
and he is gone.
Cool.
Whoa.
Shit of her.
Um.
I'm confused by that.
Oh, I used the spell Banishment.
Okay.
believe that is concentration up to 1 minute. Now, would it break my concentration to stabilize the person who's failed 1 death save?
No, that's just a medicine check. That's 1 action. That does not break your magical concentration. So you're gonna jump down and try to stabilize him?
Yes. Well, banishment is an action, so
Oh, yeah, it would be an action to try to stabilize him.
it is, right? Yep, it is 1 action. So
Right.
I will just move to be closer, and I will keep an eye on the combat.
Okay. 6, it is your turn. Pettifer has disappeared.
All right. She's on that guy. Mr. Lightning Bolt down here. 10.
Oh, and I forgot. A bunch of people are fucking booking it out of here. Or, like, getting upstairs to watch. I
As
should have done
they
at the end of
should.
last round.
Okay.
All right, you run up to Lightning Boy.
I do, and
Then you will
and
take an
I- and I
opportunity
say,
attack.
No, he will not. That boy is slowed and does not have reactions.
Fuck you. Okay, you don't.
Fuck, slow is one of the best engagement spells out there. Because if you can get
I like
enough people, it just changes combat until they fix it.
All right.
Fair enough. The guy goes to swing a hammer at you, and he swings, and it's just, he just fucking can't.
With how fast 6 is, it's just like,
It's like comical how far 6 was already gone by the time the guy got through his swing. It's just, So what are you doing?
All right. He gets two attacks, and I'll give him a shoulder, and let's say a knee. Oh, come on, man.
Okay, a nat 20 with the shoulder. So you barely having to try dodge the hammer as you duck away thanks to Doran's spell, and you rush up to this guy and you shoulder him right in the neck, and he falls back a bit. And as he's like falling back, you jump up and hit him in the head with a knee for a total of 27 damage. And he's like gasping for air. And he's like punched over, and he's looking bad.
I say, stay down.
Okay. Alistair, it's your turn. Are you just gonna keep watching?
Yeah, I'm going to actually. I'm having fun with this, so I'm going to cast another one.
Another vicious
at
mockery.
This guy. So you guys are getting your fucking asses handed to you.
you had the element of surprise. And what
with
did
a
you
natural too. Yet again, Alistair just mocks the people that are getting their asses handed to them with arcane energy infused in the words, and you see the guy just grab his head a little bit.
I've seen dwarfins fight better than you.
You
like
see him
that.
grab his head and just shake. No!
I just love the. I love the. You ambushed us. You had the element of surprise, and look what the fuck happened to you. It's
All
like
right.
jumping someone and they beat the living fuck out of you.
Anything else, Alistair?
No, that's gonna be it for me.
Okay. He is not slowed. But that one needs to. No, it's not their turn. The guy in big heavy armor
That's burning.
that is burning. He's going to, let's see, what did he know where the spells are coming from? With
The
that one,
spells are coming from
absolutely
inside the
fucking
house.
not. So, seeing the only target he really can, he's gonna get up to 6, seeing his comrade getting his shit pushed in, and only be able to do 1 attack.
And I'm getting rid of the advantage because I have not used my reaction.
Okay, and there's no advantage, so he's just gonna fucking swing once with his hammer into 6 from behind. It's only gonna be a 15.
Oh boy, is that hammer going to do some damage to his friend, though.
Okay.
It's all very slow. I just sort of
Yeah.
duck out of the way a little bit and realign the hammer.
Yeah,
and just
you like carefully okay, like this, okay, and then you
The
look at
Quicksilver
and
scene
now
from
you look at the
X-Men.
guy and say, "Stay down," and boom, he gets whacked in the head with a hammer and falls down.
All right.
It's like stop motion animation.
It was Lightning Boy's turn actually, so he's gonna make a death save. A 5, that is a failure. One fail. Okay, Pettifer is out. Doran, it's your turn.
I am going to use my bonus action
Uh-huh.
to do 6 damage again.
With to the armor.
Yes.
Okay, and there's not much he can do about that. He is just burning. 6, you hear from behind. Like through a helmet, so I was like.
And then, as my action, I am going to cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp.
Okay.
And a giant hand is going to pop up behind Armor Guy, and he has to make a strength saving throw.
Okay, I mean, he's good at those, but.
As it's just going to go, boom!
Okay, strength save. With a natural 18, he's going to make it. But does it have any effects on
The hand is
success?
There's a hand sitting here. I can keep that hand there.
Okay. Let me put a hand there.
However, heat metal is gone.
Okay. Oh, new concentration. Got it. That's gone.
Wow.
There's a hand there. Anything else from you? Any more sorcery bullshit?
Nah, I'm gonna move back into the corner a bit more.
Alrighty. I might even grant you partial cover for something like that. The queen. Okay. Done. Now, this guy that Bess is gonna try and save needs to make another death save. That's a natural 1, so he dies. That is 2 failed saves.
Oof,
I
was
shit
gonna
you
kill
not.
him.
I shit you not. That was a natural 1. I watched the dice in the dice tower. It went down. It went across the bottom platform, bounced back, and hit the ramp where it falls down initially, and bumped up against it from a 19 to a nat 1. So he is dead.
That's a dead boy.
That is a dead boy. So, Bess, you move over. It is your turn next, so we'll actually get to that in a sec. The other guy, seeing this shit has gone south real quick, is going to pick up his weapon and fucking book it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, using his action as well. 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 to leave the tavern. Bess, it is your turn. As you get down to try and help him, you can see he is bleeding profusely from several places in the face, and it doesn't look good.
She's gonna say out loud, "God damn it!" And which one was the one that put the hammer 6?
This big guy in the bulky armor here.
Can I cast another spell while still keeping petty
You can
boy,
cast another spell so long as it doesn't
Pettigrew.
need concentration.
Okay, I want to.
My bicycle.
Yeah. Nice. That's a reference.
Is that from your era there, Jason?
Oh, actually, I like this one more.
I mean, no, it's honestly from before mine, but you know, I do what I can with what I got.
I am confused. Hang on 1 second.
You're good.
Yeah.
Blake, should I get toppers?
Ew.
Good
Okay,
idea.
but when did I ask you?
Oof. I don't know, man. Our garbage is already full.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want
True.
pizza boxes just because we have a lot of trash as we're packing up.
What you got, Bess?
I'm looking at what I have. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I think
You just
I'd
looked like you were ready.
to. Do I have that? Fuck. What am I doing? I'm so sorry. I'd like to cast confusion on that guy.
Okay. Is that a whiz save?
I am reading. Yes, it is a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh no.
DC is 16.
Well, he rolled a 6 minus 1, so
Nice.
he is confused.
I An affected target can't take reactions and must roll a d10 at the start of each of its turns to determine its behavior for that turn.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. He is confused. I may need you to remind me of the effects once more. But 6. As you direct that hammer into the other guy, you look back, and the heavily armored man has his shield raised, but he's like looking all over, confused, and his eyes are wide.
Okay.
What will you do? And there's a giant fucking hand behind him.
Anyway.
All right. Oof. I look down at the dude on the ground.
Uh-huh.
And I reach down and I heal him.
Oh, okay. So, Best, what is your spellcast modifier on that? But 6 for
On
now, you
what?
can roll 3d8. What's your modifier on the Cure Wounds?
It's a 3d8 plus 4. I put that in the Discord.
Oh, perfect. Yep, so roll 3d8 plus 4 to heal him. Okay, so he heals for 15. We'll remove his death save. And yeah, exactly. And you see he's all immediately like looking up, like scared and confused, and looking like he's gonna start crawling away.
And while I still have my hand on him, kind of this power sort of emanating from the ring, I say,
Yeah.
"You don't have to die again."
He shakes his head.
All right.
Okay.
I did an oops. That confusion spell is another concentration, so I
Oh.
guess I would bring Pettifer back.
Okay, so Pettifer is back. Good to know. And Pettifer lands back with a like on the ground, freaking out. Alistair, it is your turn.
I will. Look at Pettifer.
Yes,
He
this is
looks
my
fucking bad.
Yeah. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
All right, you're gonna move over to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good call.
Roll
Oh,
that
Cure
heal.
Wounds is touch. Hold
Mhm.
on.
Oh, did you not want to get up? You want to keep that cool, like leaning back?
Well, he's tired.
You got healing word.
Okay, I see the, I have it as a level 1 spell, but how do I cast it as a higher level?
Healing word.
You just add a healing word or cure wound.
Cure Wounds. I am gonna get up, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
You would add another die to what you heal them
Yeah.
for.
For every level you go up,
Okay,
you add
but
one more
there's no,
d8.
there's no roll for that?
Another d8. You roll like.
Yeah, you would
normally
have
it's
to
1d8,
create
you
it.
roll 2d8.
Yeah, you'd have to create a new Cure Wound spell in your level 3 area
Okay,
to
that
cast it with
seems like
3d8.
an
That's why I
interesting...
haven't added my spells all in, because I would have to do each of them manually.
Yep, because anything that can be
Then
upcast,
prepare
which is
them.
like basically anything, you'd have to add in another time. So one of the
Gotcha.
reasons Roll20 is not awesome for spellcasters. Not
I'm
with
just,
this.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
do level 1 then.
Yeah.
That's
level
a
1.
decent amount of health.
Yeah. 12. Yeah. You move up and you touch him and he looks over and feels that he's being healed and you see him relax a little bit. And he just whispers, "Thank you."
You are annoying, but it's okay.
The armored guy's gonna roll a d4 for his confusion.
Oh, also, I'm sorry. I pulled up the description of the spell here. It
Yep.
says that the creature uses all of its movement to move in a random direction. To determine the direction, roll a d8 and assign a direction to each die face.
Okay. Got it. I have my idea. Okay, so he's gonna roll. Okay, he is walking right into the hand. He starts backing up into the hand.
That's awesome.
Okay. Can I
And
squeeze it?
now, oh, he has to take his d10 of the random behavior.
Okay. That's a 10.
A 10, it does nothing. The creature can act and move normally.
Wait.
At the end of each of Yeah, 9 to 10 means that the creature can act and move normally. At the end of each of its turns, an affected target can make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, but he backs up right into the hand. Does that do anything?
No, it's unless I have an act. Unless you let me use, I have no reaction. So, no, it's just, I have to use an action to grab something.
Okay, I'm going to take us out of initiative for just a moment then, as he backs up into the hand, and the hand just kind of like scoops, and he falls into it like a chair and just falls back and is looking around all confused.
Second we drop initiative, I go squeeze, and it just tightens on him.
Yep.
No damage, just holds him.
Yep, it is just holding him there. Okay.
I don't lift the spell, so if he wants to make his wisdom save.
Okay.
Or did he already?
I guess that's the end of his turn. That's going to be a 17.
Yeah, he
An
breaks
18
it.
minus 1. Okay. So he breaks it. So he's unconfused, but he's just sitting on the chair like, or the chair, the hand.
And I just go,
Yeah, do this.
tighten.
And yeah, I'll allow it. He's just like on the hand, and it's just tightened around him. He's like, and this guy kind of slowly, he starts crawling away, kind of on his back, looking kind of frantic.
Which guy?
The
yeah,
lightning bolt guy is kind of crawling away from you, and we are out of initiative.
I would like to
I offer him my hand.
I'd like to slide across the bar like I wasn't just cowering in the corner.
Yeah, you have like, yeah, that was easy. We had that handled.
Woo! Haha, I'm glad I gave you a hand, Six.
Yeah. You move over and offer him a hand, and he,
Mm-hmm.
kind of confused, takes it.
I say I'm very sorry if we confused you, but we are not enemies.
So he's gonna sit back down.
Mm-hmm. He lets you help him up. He goes, the queen is gone.
Yes.
I need to get out of here.
Do
And
what you must.
he turns and runs to leave the tavern. As so do a few by now. Patrons have left. A bunch more you could see above you were watching, or you know, most were watching from above. There were a couple over here that were watching. But now that it's over, it seems like this is kind of commonplace fights. People are like, oh, okay, cool, nice, and then they finish and they go back to the drinks.
As that guy started to run out, I can offer. I know a place that can offer you safe haven.
He
The
looks
guy.
over. Okay, yeah, sure. As he's running out, he reaches the door and sees you. Where?
We are actually trying to help out another group. Come over here. Come sit with me. I'll talk to you about it.
He looks around. She
I just
could,
sit-
she could still be here.
I can speak quietly, and I cast message to him saying, "See."
Just a 25-word message. See?
Oh no, I'm not using sending.
Oh.
I'm using message.
Okay. He looks around suspiciously and kind of walks over to you. The guy on the hand chair thing just kind of sits there looking at you, Six, like gripping his hammer and his shield.
Doran, how long does this last?
A minute. I can hurt him if you want.
I don't think it's necessary.
You see him like try to turn his head, and he sees Pettifer, and he's like staring Pettifer down. Pettifer sees this and gets up and kind of moves away.
Six, are you sure about that? It's just gonna squeeze him really hard.
I don't think we need to hurt him anymore.
Ask him. Does he think we need to hurt him more?
My friend thinks it would be a good idea to hurt you. That's not what I want to do. You're okay, right?
You see his eyes just narrow underneath the helmet. He doesn't say anything.
I mean, it. Okay. That's vague. I say.
If you let me go now, I will leave. We do not need to fight you. That one is our only target.
Is he pointing at Pettifer?
I in real life I pointed, but I guess like he's kind of wrapped in his hand, so it's kind of just like that one. But yeah, you could tell he's pointing at Pettifer.
Okay. I tell him, Pettifer is not your enemy either.
No, he is not,
and-
but he is my coin.
I see. Well, you are free to leave.
His eyes narrow at you. Then let me out.
Just probably just a couple seconds. I think it's been.
I release the hand and then I immediately have it move to do this. Got him.
So you release him and immediately got him. And he gets up. You see him kind of like, and crack, stretch. He looks over at Pettifer and kind of surveys the area. Not being a complete idiot, he decides to start leaving. He begins walking out.
I give him a cute little wave as he leaves.
And he leaves.
But the other one's still there, yeah?
Yes, and
You have one dead one here. Yes. And then one with Doran. And before that conversation begins, I think this is a good time for us to wrap up for tonight.